All right. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but fuck it. Here we go. Yahoo.
If you visit the Rippaverse, you'll see just how I move differently. Got more arm hair than an armchair. That's why they call me Papa Bear, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it. My business got so many factors, and I got so many detractors. Those suckers gonna need to me, and ISIM's gonna sue me, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it. Got 100,000 comics without any buyers, and a lot of insurance for warehouse fires, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. I sold 3D assets to a bunch of asshats for a pile of cash that's all gone up in smoke, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it.
All right, you guys, what's going on? Hold up 1 second. Where the fuck is my chat? There it is. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull this up. I'm so unprepared. I'm so unprepared, you guys. I apologize. All right, there we go. There's my chat. Gosh. Here we go. All right, that should be it. Let me go ahead and throw it up where it needs to go. I'll wait everybody for pile in. And dude, I was like getting the links ready, but I was like panicking or something. I don't even know where I left off. Fuck, what was I doing? I'm so disorganized. I hate it. All right. Well, everything is Gucci for now. All right. Cool. All right, so we got 3 people piling in. Let me see. I don't know if Cheese is gonna join me right now. Bro, these super late night streams are epic. Thank you, Bob. I hope so. Because you know what? I've been having I had a really bad day yesterday. Well, it wasn't that bad. How do I put this? My old mixer, my $700 mixer, it broke, right? Like I wasn't able to record anymore. It didn't read my SD card anymore for recording purposes. And it was kind of hot in the back. I didn't really know what to make of that. I thought maybe like I'm just like full of shit, right? No big deal. However, the screen didn't display anything anymore. It was completely black. I could still hear myself. I could still hear audio coming into the mixer, but yeah, man, it just stopped working. Plain and simple. Oh, I gotta disable my audio. Dude, like the one thing I do miss about my Rodecaster Pro 2 is when I spoke into it, it was like almost in real time, so I can like hear myself clearly instead of like having to speak loudly. Because right now these are closed covered headphones, so there's some growing pains for sure. But we're gonna manage. We're gonna make do. Let me go ahead and do my pitch. The fuck is going on here? Hold up. Well, I guess I can't do my pitch because my prompter is now out of line. It's not aligned. What? What happened? What happens if I press this button? Nope. I fucking broke it, I guess. Whoops. Well, fucking well. It's just another thing for me to fix. Jesus Christ. Dude, the duct tape production is real, you guys. It's real, but we make do. We make do. Everybody piling in, thank you so much. Where the fuck is my camly? Because I'm gonna do my pitch. Fuck this. I'm doing my fucking pitch, god damn it. Doing my pitch. I'm not gonna be bullied. All right. So, greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another exciting episode of the Watch Frogs on the Watch Frogs platform, the home of the infamous Watch Frogs podcast, the Fake Crimes docuseries, and a variety of other unique content that is freely available to anyone, anywhere. We stream every Tuesday night on YouTube, Twitch, dlive, Trovo, Kick, BitChute, and Rumble. And for those who prefer an audio-only experience of the show, you can head over to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else where podcasts exist. Of course, links are in the description. There are also a variety of other ways to support the show. Support me on my locals page, subscribe to our page, or toss a generous donation in my Cash App with a hilarious note. I'll read it, and that applies as well to Super Chats. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yo, Titus is live. What's up, K6? What's up, Bob? Shout out to everybody all over the world that are joining me, especially over on the Rumble and BitChute channel. Let me go make sure that everything is good over there. Before I start diving into what I think of the fucking debate. All right, so let's see. We got some viewers over there on Rumble. You guys over on Rumble, you can say whatever you want in the chat. I don't have it pulled up. I got to find a way to like bring that chat to me. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, we're live, man. We're live. Thank God. All right, let me check Rumble really quick. All right. Go to my content. Let's go to my channels. I lied. We're live right now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Shout out to everybody on Rumble. Thank you guys for joining. I sincerely appreciate it. So yeah, the debate was just the other day, and I really liked it. Actually, no, that's a lie. At the Watch Frogs, did you do something with your hair? You're looking kind of cute. No homo. Well, thank you, AC. No, my hair is. I cut it like a week ago, and everybody was saying it was a toupee. Everybody said that my hair was fake. Guys, this is real hair. This is real fucking hair. All right, I'm pulling on it violently. Stop saying I got a toupee. All right, so I also have a brand new mixer or a brand new DAC. It's the Elgato Wave XLR dock or the Wave XLR dock. I don't know what it's called. Cheese is unfortunately not going to be able to make it tonight. He is on a date with a cute boy, and I said, you know what, Cheese, I love you, buddy, and I approve of this union. Mwah. So I'm an ally, you guys. I'm an ally, and I just want him to be happy. So he's out there with his cute boy, and he's gonna make love to his cute ass. I'm sure, but so he's not gonna be able to make it today. We were talking earlier, like about content and stuff, and we're bouncing ideas off each other, and I asked him for some advice on something that I'm putting together. And he was just like, well, I want to do it, but I can't really commit. And, you know, whatever, man, he can't make it. He can't make it. You know, usually we do the thing on Tuesday. He was obviously waiting for me on Tuesday, but guys, I just could not do this on Tuesday. I had to test the stream out. So right now I am recording audio with the fucking stream deck, and I don't know how that's going to turn out. I honestly don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope it doesn't suck. Here, my fucking DB, is it too loud? It's like showing up a little too loud, a little too hot. I applied some VSTs to it. I actually spent some good money on VSTs because I use them for Fruity Loop Studio when I'm making music. But I never really thought to put or apply VSTs to my microphone. Rode just had like everything readily available, just like hundreds of dollars worth of like features to alter your voice and to make it sound really good. So guys, in the chat, let me know what this sounds like. I need to know. If there's something that you can't hear, or something that isn't like really audible to you, I need to know. I really do. So yeah, everything is looking pretty Gucci. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, all that jazz. Yeah, man, where do we begin? We gotta start with the fucking debate. We're not gonna recap and go over clips and shit. Let's just go to my community page. Go to my community page. Let me see what I wrote. Let's see how much of this came true. So this was before the election. This was before the actual debate itself. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Very unfortunate. My dad. Watch the debate. Yeah, I told you guys to watch the debate so we can talk about it. It'll be insane. This was my prediction. It'll be insanely boring. I'm not convinced Kamala is gonna shit the bed like Joey Bowden did. She'll probably be bland, boring, and remain on point with her far leftist messaging, which is true. If she takes risk or tries to take charge in the debate, she'll call Trump a rapist, which I don't believe she has the balls to do. I was wrong about that. She did do that, but was she able to take charge of the conversation? Was she able to control that debate the way that President Trump did? No. Trump was in control of the entire debate the whole time. He was just constantly on guard, which was good and bad. So what else do I say? Trump will be in his element, channeling that energy we saw on that show, The Apprentice, which is true. Just straight up dating up on Kamala and the moderator. Dude, again, I had no idea. This is before the fucking thing started. 100% correct. MAGA will enjoy it. The Lion Press will call Kamala stunning and brave or whatever because she didn't suck or something. Again, true. I'm not convinced this will move the needle unless someone has a horrific performance like Joey did. Again, no, I don't think anybody had a horrific performance here. Kamala will likely be well behaved. She won't cackle or be dumb, methinks. But I'm more than happy to be wrong because it'll be funnier that way. She wasn't a cackling whore like she usually was. She wasn't being dumb. She was actually kind of well tempered in her speech. So that was surprising to me. Trump needs to slam Kamala on her suckers and losers lie, which he didn't do. Invoke the Gold Star family, which I don't believe he did. He had plenty of opportunities to really bring the Gold Star families up. They set him up. They set him up to completely fucking demolish her, and he didn't take it. However, I did like the part where Kamala lied and said Putin would eat him for lunch or something to that effect. Trying to act like she's tough and President Trump is like some little bitch who's gonna get fucking smacked around on the world stage. And he's like, dude, you went to the negotiating table and days later, Russia invades Ukraine. Like, you couldn't seal the fucking deal. You want to talk shit? And I'm like, dude, perfect. He fucking nailed it, but he didn't go far enough. There were moments where he didn't go far enough. He was ganged up on in the debate, and he needed to do the fact checking. He needed to fact check Kamala Harris on the suckers and losers lie, the Tiki Torch, the fine people hoax lie. He needed to bring up the his failed assassination attempt more than once, and he needed to brand himself as the pro peace candidate, the election integrity candidate. And unfortunately, because he was getting ganged up on, he didn't seize on those opportunities, and many of them he probably couldn't have. I think he did okay though. He had some fucking zingers in there for sure. He went beast mode, he went gorilla mode for sure, but not enough. Not enough for it to have mattered. And Kamala Harris, the saying he was liable for rape and shit. Again, I put a little bit more stock in those attacks, and they didn't work. They didn't work. It didn't land at all. So I don't think anybody here is a winner, and I don't think anybody here is a loser. Again, I mean, if you really want to do actual Justice Warrior, a good buddy of mine, Sean Fitzgerald, he thinks Kamala came out stinking like shit. Maybe he's right. I haven't watched the video. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. But if I wanted to make the case that Trump won, it's like, look, he went in there like a fucking gladiator, and he defended himself against 3 women, and he was ganged up on. They were bullying him, and they clearly did not evenly apply the rules. There was no fairness involved here, and he held his fucking own, and he held it like a man. So I got nothing but love and respect for Trump. And again, Kamala is usually an embarrassing mess, and she wasn't an embarrassing mess that night. So kudos to her. Again, I didn't watch it. I was too busy setting up my new thing. Let me read some of these comments here. Hey, I got an Elgato Wave recently. K6, tell me about it, man. Are you enjoying it? You got issues with it? What's up, man? Talk to me. Cheese for Femboys 2024. Hey, that's what he wants. No hate here. Let's see. Line Geo. That's what we call him, Line Geo. He came onto our server to play squad, then muted himself and never joined. So sad. Look. I was getting pestered to live stream. I can't just fucking neglect my duties as a streamer. People have donated money to me. People have sent me, things. People have helped me out. Like, I can't not fucking stream. I didn't do it yesterday, and I had a legitimate excuse. Jesus was trying to talk shit, and he's all like, it's like, what did he say? Hold up. 'Cause I was getting kind of peeved. I mean, I know he's messing around, but He's like, remember when I was a part of the show? It was Tuesday or die. Okay, well, you're still a part of the show, Cheese. I don't know why you said it that way. And I'm like, look, I was up all night with Spencer testing it out, just trying to get it ready. And it said my mixer did die. And then I was screeching. So it died, guys. The road's dead. Gone. I sent it off to California to get fixed. So fingers crossed, praying to God that they either replace it or they fix it. But I think it's going to have to get replaced because something is really, really wrong with it. All right, let me see. Kamala says she was sitting with Ukraine and other Eastern European countries to talk about Russia. From that moment, you can say the Biden administration plotted NATO and Ukraine to go against Russia, aka World War III, before Russia invaded. In my opinion, Russia didn't start World War III. I don't think so either. And apparently, me saying that makes me an asset of the Russian government, which, by the way, I categorically deny. I do not now or ever have had any ties or involvement with the Russian government or its people. With that being said, I have no hostility or antagonistic worldviews towards the beautiful Russian people that deserve to exist, and the Donbass region should be free of Western influence and violence. All right, so what do we got here? Trump lost. The debate was a draw, which would make it a loss for him. Yeah, Pixie, you're probably right, man. I mean, like pragmatically speaking, like on the real though, I don't think anybody won or lost. But if again, you can make the case either of these candidates lost that debate. You can make the case that either of them won that debate, you know? Like it's not entirely obvious what really matters right now. Especially for like hardcore partisans like myself. It's like, look, that debate did not change my mind about things. I do have more unique thoughts than other people because I've done political strategy and I know how to do campaign shit like in the real world, and I win and I know how to win and I write, and I would love to work for President Trump. I would love to be a part of his campaign staff. I would like to be the guy who doesn't. The guy doesn't need debate prep. Like he knows how to debate. He knows how to go face to face with somebody in an antagonistic situation or scenario, like a boardroom or something, or like something like The Apprentice, where he's like firing people and scolding them. That's not the problem. The problem is like he doesn't know how to communicate his ideas or the right ideas properly on a debate stage. Because how you say something in the boardroom is totally different how you say it on a debate stage. And he didn't do the best job that one could. I am relying this to Mike. No, don't fucking tell Mike that. Fuck you. K6, the Elgato is clean. I got to stand and cover for the mic. You can also adjust the noise gate. So sounds outside a distance can't get picked up. Great recommendation. Yeah, dude. I love it, man. Dude, the noise gate. Is that what it's called? I think it's called the noise gate. Oh, it's just called noise removal. On the Rode X or on the Rode Procaster 2, it's called the noise gate. And in the audio industry, it's called the noise gate. In devices that provide that feature, they're kind of expensive. You know, the Rodecaster Pro 2 wasn't cheap. And granted, neither was this setup. I mean, the XLR dock was $100 and the Stream Deck Plus was $200. So it's like $300 for this whole thing. Yeah, I know I could have probably gotten the Focusrite, you know, Solo Gen 4 for about like $135. But even then, it's just like, and then I'd have to reconfigure voice meter banana or voice meter potato, and I just don't want to fuck with all that. Wave XLR or the Wavelink software is actually pretty fucking intuitive, and their noise removal VST, mwah, chef's kiss, really fucking good, really premium. I was actually testing it out with my Tascam DR40X. So I can actually plug in instruments to this to make music. That's what I was doing before I joined. I was actually fucking around making some, not making, but editing a song that's already been made. And it's coming out really good. It's coming out really good. So I'm gonna have a whole slew of really cool songs for the Fake Crimes docu-series. And now that I got my DAC and I got acquainted with the system, I'm hoping to get this done before the weekend. And then get ready to start doing the next episode of the Fake Crimes docu-series. And yeah, the Elgato is pretty fucking clean, man. I'm generally enjoying the Wavelength software, but it's kind of finicky at times. Like the Media Monkey, my media player, and um it's really just like a hand for whatever reason, the majority of applications want to utilize the system sounds and they're just not doing it. Like they're not holding on to it. So like for Media Monkey, you would set it to the wave music input. So when I use the Elgato wave music input for my media player, like at some point it just changes back to the system sounds, which is how it is for the PC. And it's technically how it should be. It doesn't hold its position, which is kind of annoying, but like I don't really care because I don't fucking play music on the stream. That's not what the stream is for. However, I do. Let me see if I can give you guys a taste of the song. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it at a random part. Or no, we'll just do it in the beginning. Let me see. I don't even know if this is gonna show up on the stream. Yeah, so I just separated the vocals and the instrumentals, and I got to do some EQ stuff to the vocals because they didn't come out the way that I wanted them to. And believe it or not, they were so fucking horrific earlier. They were so bad, the worst. And I cleaned them up a little bit, but I can do better. I'm gonna mess with it after the show. So yeah, the debate, no win, no lose scenario. All right, let's move on. Let's see. So the Russia stuff is actually heating up. I like this opinion though from Owen Benjamin. People keep asking me what I think about the Lauren Shen situation. I did an interview years ago, and then she deleted it when I was accused of anti-Semitism for being accurate about everything. In my opinion, these people are all frauds, and she should be sent back to Vietnam or wherever she's from. Disavow, by the way, disavow. Everyone wants to be American until it's time to actually do American shit. Like, not be a total coward every time someone threatens to take away $1. I hold no resentment. I even forgot about it. Someone reminded me yesterday about how Ching Chong Chen deleted my interview with her when I described how banking works or something. Let's get her where she belongs, playing ping pong in her home country. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, man, you know, like on one hand, I support people's free speech, and I don't really think she did anything wrong. I don't give a fuck how much money she got. The only reason why this is such a big deal is because everybody is jealous of Tim Pool, Norton Chen, and all these people who made hundreds of thousands of dollars um to produce content that only made like a few $100. Like, is Tim Pool really worth like $100,000 a month or whatever the fuck they were paying him? Dude, like Matt Christensen, and I've had Matt Christensen on the show. I like Matt a lot. I'm not really a big fan of Rebecca. I mean, I'm sure she's an okay person, but she's got stupid opinions. But Matt, I like Matt a lot as a person. And he dude, he got paid. He was getting paid almost $150 or $150,000 for the whole year. That's fucking insane. And like he only did like 1 or 2 videos a week and 1 live stream. Like that's fucking insane. Like I'm jealous. I'm like, look, I do this shit for free. Yo, Russia, like where are my contracts? Where's my fucking money? I unironically love the Russian people. I unironically oppose Zelensky and the Biden crime family. Like where the fuck is my money? Um so yeah. Let's see. Oh wow, that was the most South Park emo kid hangout music with Geo vaping in the background. Shut the fuck up, AC. You're being an asshole. K6, I was in the chat the whole time with when Chronic was on. Were you there to hear Chaz ask that girl if she was a virgin and tell her about Persona 4? I did not hear that. I was not here. Oh, are you asking K6? I'll ask Chaz about it. You know, Chaz, like I don't know how long Chaz is gonna be streaming for, but he's more than welcome to come in here and say what's up. It will all be worth it if Dave Rubin goes to Gitmo. Yeah, that would be true. And then hopefully a normal family can adopt his kids. I know it's kind of a fucked up thing to do, but like, dude, like I like Dick Matheson's take on this whole thing. It's like, dude, these people they're Russian assets, and like what people are supposed to like the normies are supposed to take from that is like, oh, all these conservatives are being paid by the Russian government. You know, the Kremlin has their slimy hands in our political discourse, and they're using these people as conduits to influence the election. Like it's some fucking scheme. It's like, well, they're not doing anything in the dark. They're paying these content creators to speak their opinions, and the majority of these people are not even pro Trump. Dude, like Tim Pool keeps telling people not to vote for Trump and that he's gonna lose. Lauren Chen tells people not to vote for Trump, and then she says stupid shit like repeal the 16th or repeal the 19th. You know, she looks ridiculous. She looks like a dumbass, like a total jackass when she says shit like that. Um, Again, not a serious person. And let's see, Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, Lauren Chen, like all these people are anti-Trump. And even Vladimir Putin, President Putin, who I love and adore, by the way, has come out to endorse Kamala Harris. So all this nonsense and just the way that people are talking about this, it seems to have like, you know, taken the wind out of its sails. It seems. Watching this new anime called Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russia. I'm watching a Japanese anime in English dub and learning Russian from it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Never heard of it. I actually just saw a trailer for Terminator Zero, and it actually looked kind of interesting. I don't know if it's worth watching or trying. And it is mostly in English, so that's pretty good. All right, well, let's move on. So yeah, man. So everyone's talking about cats being eaten by these Haitians, which is kind of funny, but Haitians, not Asians. And so this one boy, Aiden Clark, he was ruthlessly murdered or killed allegedly by this Haitian illegal alien who shouldn't be in this country. And the dad is so thoroughly cucked. He's also like literally almost as tall as his podium. I don't know what's going on here. Let's just hear what he has to say. We're gonna speed this up a little bit.
In our best interest to be here after recent comments. You know, I wish that my son, Aiden Clark, was killed by a 60-year-old white man. And I bet you never thought anyone would ever say something so blunt. But if that guy killed my 11-year-old son, the incessant group of hate-spewing people would leave us alone. The last thing that we need is to have the worst day of our lives violently and constantly shoved in our faces. But even that's not good enough for them. They take it one step further. They make it seem as though our wonderful Aiden appreciates your hate, that we should follow their hate. And look what you've done to us. We have to get up here and beg them to stop. Using Aiden as a political tool is, to say the least, reprehensible for any political purpose. And speaking of morally bankrupt, politicians, Bernie Moreno, Chip Roy, J.D. Vance, and Donald Trump, they have spoken my son's name and used his death for political gain. This needs to stop now. They can vomit all the hate they want about illegal immigrants, the border crisis, and even untrue claims about fluffy pets being ravaged and eaten by community members. However, they are not allowed, nor have they ever been allowed to mention Aiden Clark from Springfield, Ohio. I will listen to them one more time to hear their apologies.
Oh, go fuck yourself, dude. What a fucking pussy. Dude, what's up for no reasons? Glad that you're here with us. Did I do such stuff with puppets? No. How dare you think that I would ever do anything like that? All right, let's get back to this cuck father. Oh, man. What a fucking loser, man. What fucking pathetic horseshit. First off, all right, if you don't want people politicizing what happened to your son, granted, I get where you're coming from, sort of, but there's people who see the picture of the boy Aiden Clark, and it's horrible what happens to that kid. What happened to that kid? Nobody wants what happened to that kid or any kid. But it's not just about Aiden Clark. It's also about the other children in that community and fears that other parents have. They don't want their kids being fucking killed and ruthlessly if they don't have to. The people that are killing these kids and killing those animals, eating them alive and all this other shit, you know, hunting these little birds in the park, like, this doesn't have to happen. We don't have to live like this. And there's only one person that is willing to stand in the way of these fucking butchers. and I'm all for it. And I mean, the whole point of political campaigning is like, look, these are the issues in the country, and this is why you should support me. It's not just it's not just like a fucking prop. You know, I mean, like people have to understand what the stakes are. If we vote in, or not we, but if Kamala Harris somehow magically wins the election in 2024 November of 20, yeah, this November, um, more kids are gonna die. More animals are gonna be eaten alive. People's pets are gonna be kidnapped. Um, Women are gonna get raped. Terrorists are gonna be running from the southern border right into Texas, California, Arizona, New Mexico, etc. This is the reality. Um, Again, this guy sounds like a total bitch, and nobody, dude. What a fucking weird thing to say. I wish like an old. What did he say? Let's get it right. Let's get it right. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
In our best interest to be here after recent comments. You know, I wish that my son, Aiden Clark,
Right here.
was killed by a 60-year-old white man.
60-year-old white man. Like somehow that'd make it better. Dude, this guy doesn't even sound sad that his son died. I know everybody handles trauma differently, but like, dude, this dude's behavior is a little fucking weird. This is really, really fucking weird. I know really tough guys, like the toughest dudes. They've lost their mothers. They lost, their brothers in arms and shit. I've seen these people cry. I know what makes a grown man cry. When I lost my baby Harley, and he passed away. May the boy rest in peace. I was driving home, and I was just from getting him cremated, and I just felt so empty and just destroyed me. I can't even imagine what it's like to lose your son, especially in a horrific, barbaric way. And look at this guy, man. He sounded like a fucking politician.
I bet you never thought anyone would ever say something so blunt. But if that guy killed my 11-year-old son, the incessant group of hate-spewing people would leave us alone.
What do you mean leave you alone, dude? No one's attacking you, bro. Like people are like probably reaching out to like support you and comfort you and let you know that you're not alone, and people want to like not have this ever happen again. But whatever, man. The guy's a cuck. Let me read some of these comments here. Let's see. He watches his child get eaten by Haitians and thinks poverty. I know, right? Okay, just make sure to put it in not safe for work mode when you do the puppet stuff. I'll let you know. You'll have plenty of warning, I promise. You have to eat the Haitians before they eat you. Ugh, gross. Both sides are weak. America needs a strong leader, not from the right or the left. Well, then who? For no reason, then for who? Who will come and save us? It'd be hilarious if I became the president. I'd probably be a fucking better president than Trump. No offense to him. All right, so Taylor Swift came out and endorsed Kamala Harris, but before she did, on September 9th, the day before, if Taylor Swift doesn't endorse Kamala Harris, she'd be entering a new era. Okay, and what era is that? What era is that? Taylor Swift's fans and detractors would likely agree on one thing about her. There is little to nothing that the world's most famous performer does without intention or forethought. This extends to her forays into political activity. She endorsed a Democratic candidate for Senate in Tennessee in 2018 midterms, framed the promotion of her album Lover around well-meaning, if muddled pro-rainbow sentiments in 2019, and then endorsed Joe Biden for president in 2020. By the way, that Senate candidate in Tennessee in 2018 lost. Like, bigly. Also, Joe Biden, he technically lost. I know in reality, we know. The 2018 endorsement in particular marked a watershed for Taylor Swift. It was the first time she's spoken directly about electoral politics. Netflix's 2020 feature-length documentary about blah, 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 Miss Americana. Yeah, Miss Americana. She's anything but Americana. I know she looks the part, but she's not. Hinges on this decision. In it, she tells her father, who's opposed to her speaking out, I need to be on the right side of history. Oh, fuck off. What fucking delusional, narcissistic bullshit is that? Does she feel the same today? Well, there is time to go before the November 5th presidential election. Swift has remained silent thus far, blah, blah, blah. Swift seems from one angle, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Elements of 2024 look different from 2020 beyond Swift's own career. While the 2020 election was more closely contested, even then, Biden voters may have realized before election day it was an unsettled moment in which Trump, the incumbent president, faced the winds of change. It might be easier and more palatable for an artist to be against a party in power than to have to defend it, particularly given the unprecedented candidate switch that was a response to Biden's age and his perceived capability. What do you mean perceived capability? The guy he's not capable of doing the job. And it remains an open question how much celebrity endorsements help at all. Yeah, everybody she's endorsed lost. Let me see. Let's see. Few, if any, campaigns have been more backed with stars than Hillary Clinton's in 2016. And it was, if anything, counterproductive. Oof. Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, dude, Hillary's campaign was really the same, exactly the same as Biden's. It's like, yeah, have a bullshit campaign and have a bunch of celebrities prop it up. That's basically it. Haitians be like cat emoji. What does Haitian taste like? Oh god, guys, are you guys still talking about the Haitian food? Come on now. Oh no, disavow the gorilla emojis in the chat. Yeah, so yeah, people were really worried about this. I wasn't. I didn't care, but a lot of people were worried about Taylor Swift coming out and endorsing Kamala Harris. Well, she did, and it was literally between the 9/11 and the debate. So it's actually kind of strategic to choose the debate around 9/11. So if the debate went horribly for either candidates, which it didn't, um, all the drama from the debate will just be washed out with memorial stuff about all the victims of 9/11 and all the horrific violence that has been inflicted on our country at the hands of Islam. But whatever. It's a monkey, not a gorilla. I can't see that far. It looked like okay, I guess it's a monkey emoji. All right, well, let's move on. Move on. Shit. All right. America isn't ready for another war because it doesn't have the troops. The U.S. military's recruiting crisis explained. So this is a new one, guys. So on September 1st, 2024, this article was posted. Coverage of the wars in Ukraine and Gaza is mostly dominated by talk of weapons. Reporters and analysts focus on suicide drones and shell deficits on targeting algorithms. But for all the attention devoted to modern weapons and munitions, both conflicts are proving that modern war still comes down to people. Yes, there are some things in war that never change, just like the way Snake Plissken states, or I mean Solid Snake. In Ukraine, battlefield deaths on both sides were estimated to number more than 200,000 by the fall of 2023. Jesus Christ, man. What a fucking waste of life. Again, Democrats, you guys are okay with this? This is what you fucking want? Though U.S. weapons and munitions have been critical to Kiev's war effort. It was territorial militias and hastily trained citizen soldiers who helped save Ukraine from total conquest in 2022. Lame. At the same time, it was a partial mobilization of more than 300,000 troops that stabilized Russia's lines and prevented a potential collapse in late 2022. Today, the war has settled into an attritional slugfest, with both sides desperate to keep the flow of new recruits going to the point where ranks have opened to older men, women, and convicts. Yeah, that means Ukraine is losing, you guys. Like, Ukraine is losing this war. The situation is much the same in the Middle East. No, it's not the same in the Middle East. Everybody knows what's happening in the Middle East. One country is completely obliterating another, and they're going to steal that land, and they're either going to wipe out its inhabitants, or they're going to import them into Europe, and Canada, and America, and anywhere else they want. That is white, at least. They don't want to put them in brown countries for some reason. Gaza perimeter was breached by well-trained but low-tech Hamas terrorists. The attack was eventually repulsed by conscript soldiers and armed volunteers. Even in the startup nation, that prides itself on its technological prowess. Security depends first and foremost on people, similar to the Russian mobilization before the invasion, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Morse code, what's up, man? Okay, so Gio disavows your question. He prefers his Mexicans with tortillas. I don't eat Mexican food, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. All that shit's goy slop to me. Gio, do you eat your Asians with ketchup? No, I don't eat any. I don't eat ethnic food at all. I absolutely refuse. No seafood, no Asian, no Mexican, no Haitian shit. All I eat is American. All I speak is American. He feeds them spices before he barbecues them over and over. God damn it, you guys. Fuck. Alright, so America did away with the draft 51 years ago, waging its many wars and interventions since with all volunteer force, AVF. But all volunteer is a misnomer. Americans aren't lining up to serve, and the AVF is really an all recruited force. Its previous annual recruitment of about 150,000, mostly young Americans who are individually located, pitched, and incentivized to serve comes at considerable effort and expense. The United States got through 2 foreign wars in Iraq and Afghanistan with the AVF. Yeah, and by the way, we lost and failed to achieve victory in those places, by the way. Though neither war was a victory, a war with Russia, China, Iran, or North Korea would be an entirely different proposition. Yeah, we would get crushed immediately. With the possibility of more casualties in a few weeks than the United States suffered in the entire global war on terrorism. But as crisis overseas multiplied the immediate existential threat to the AVF, and ultimately the U.S. security is at home, there aren't enough Americans willing and able to fill the military ranks. Yeah, I think the willing part is more operative here. Me personally, if I was asked to serve my country, I would say, fuck no. There's no point. There's nothing for me here. This country does not represent me. They tax me to death. I look around. There's violence everywhere. And if somebody wants to put a stop to it, the fucking feds, the fucking FBI pigs, they throw them in prison. They torture them in a DC gulag. They'll get the Southern District of New York to drag you through their court system for decades, bleeding you of all your money. Nobody wants to fight. Well, most sensible people don't want to fight. If there is to be a draft, I think Democrats should be forced to go. Registered Democrats should be forced to go. Or Democrat voters should be forced, because I'm a registered Democrat. I'm too lazy to change. But if I have to, I will. I would say illegal aliens should be forced to go if they want to be in this country. They get all this free money, free food, free Obama phones, free everything, free healthcare, and we pay for it. Why the fuck am I going to go and fight first? So now not only are you taking all my money and giving it to these outsiders, these foreigners, these illegal aliens, but now you expect me to go and fight and die so they can exist in this country and take my place, take my home. No, thank you. I'm not interested. So there's people not willing to, and then able. So are you an able-bodied person? Well, again, no. There's a lot of people who reside in this country that are not fit to serve. Physically fit, mentally fit, even. You pump all these Americans full of pharmaceutical products, prescribed, of course, overly prescribed, and they're so fucked up in the head. How can you expect that person to take orders, to fulfill, some military objective? It's not going to happen. The people that you're not allowed to mention that have a centuries year-old grudge against people of European stock, and they're poisoning and destroying and replacing, the bravest, the best people in all of human history that built amazing civilizations, and you're poisoning them with all this fucking goy slop, this disgusting food, making them fat, lazy, and decadent. I mean, they're not able to run. They're not able to carry heavy equipment. So you pissed off enough people to where the people who can actually do shit, they're not going to do anything because they know what's going on. People like myself know what's going on, and we're not going to go along with the schemes of the internationalists. And then you poison your perceived enemies. They're fat and they're lazy, and they're not able to fight for the interests of the internationalists. They're not able to fight for the New World Order. Not my problem. I don't give a fuck. All these conservatives are like, we're going to lose the next war, man. We're going to lose the next war. We need Trump back. We're going to lose. The fuck? No. Good. I hope we lose the next war. I want my enemies to be drafted and to fight for their principles, fight for the New World Order. Let's see how well that turns out. We're going to lose, and that's good. The weaker the military, the better off we are. We can actually fight back. Let's see, your audio gets lower every show, I swear. I'm looking at the audio levels here, man. They look pretty good. Here, let me go ahead and turn up, boost my audio again. All right, here we go. So we're at 37 dB. All right, hopefully that's better for you. Oh my God, Tony is God. Not enough. Gio is getting skinny. Dude, I'm losing so much weight. I don't know what to tell you guys. How many calories do you get out of your average? God damn it, guys. Stop talking about Asian people, please. Putin said he might nuke the UK. Yeah, good. Yeah, take care of the UK before they become the first Islamic nuclear power. K6, he starts with the butt. All right, man. I've been hearing about the NWO for a very long time now. It's getting old. It's not old. Well, actually, it is old. And it's more real than people realize. Nothing you can do about it, really. All right, well, not enough soldiers. Let's see what's going on here. 3 of America's 4 major military services failed to recruit enough service members in 2023. Base, good. Hopefully, more greenskins can hear this message. Future greenskins, future watchfrogs. The more people that have my opinion, the better off we're going to be. It's like, yeah, let's not go overseas and kill our European brothers and sisters. Let's not go along with the schemes of the Biden crime family. No, thank you. Joke Biden, why don't you send your fucking drug addict son to go fight for Ukraine? Have him go fight for Israel. I'm not interested in killing little brown babies. I'm not interested in harming my Russian brothers. I love them dearly, and it's just not going to happen. Go fuck yourself. The FBI wants to start shit. You know where I live. What's up? The Army has failed to meet its manpower goals for the last 2 years based and missed its 2023 target by 10,000 soldiers, a 20% shortfall. Yeah, those are rookie numbers. These need to be propped up. Today, the active duty Army stands at 445,000. Dude, not even 500,000. That doesn't seem like a lot. Especially when some of these countries like India and China, like, their forces are in the billions. 41,000 fewer than in 2021, and the smallest it has been since 1940. The Navy and Air Force have missed the recruitment goals. 2, the Navy failing across the board. The Marine Corps was the only service to achieve its targets. Oh, interesting. Not counting the tiny Space Force, but the Marine success is partially attributed to significant force structure cuts. As part of its force design in 2030 overhaul, as a result, Marine recruiters have nearly 19,000 fewer active duty selected reserve slots to fill today than they did as recently as 2020. Okay. An army of none? Let me see. Does this get interesting at all? The D word. Whether the recruiting crisis is primarily a problem of product or pitch, one thing should be increasingly clear. Going back to the standard AVF recruiting playbook, sending bonuses, waivers, or substandard fitness or education, new slogans, and expensive ad campaigns, it's unlikely to solve the problems. Yeah, dude, there's no amount of money that you can pay me. You can offer me $10 million cash. You can show up and dump that in my front yard and say, Giovanni, this is yours. But you have to pick up this weapon. You need to get in that plane. You need to shoot at your brothers and sisters in Russia. I'm not interested in your money. Have a nice day. Yeah, there's no sloganeering that you can shoot into my ear to convince me to kill people that I have no issue with and that I love dearly. There's no expensive ad campaigns that are going to trick me either. I'm not interested in this, you guys. I'm not a fucking retard. This shit doesn't work on me. I'm built differently. No,
You are?
no, yeah, I am. Dude,
I knew it.
I'm one of those
Knew it.
guys that never watched Game of Thrones. I
haven't
never took
either.
the
I don't
pharmaceutical product. I never took the jab, if you know what I mean.
give-
There
Oh,
was a mountain of propaganda against us. There was all the pressure in the world against people like me. I was
Yeah.
called a murderer, unironically, by people that I know.
Wait,
I lost
really?
a lot of friends. Yeah, people. I was accused of killing somebody. with
Okay, let me
COVID.
make this very clear, Gio. I just hopped in. I have not been watching. I just felt like crashing your stream.
Yo, what's up,
Are you,
dude? I was
yeah,
I
what's
was
up?
making fun of you earlier. You know, like, oh well, Chaz
Oh,
is
you
streaming
were?
right now. I'm like,
Oh,
what the
you
fuck are
were?
you streaming? He usually goes to sleep
I'm drunk.
early.
No, I'm drunk, bro.
Oh
I've been
my
taking
god.
shots. I'm drunk.
Oh my god.
I got some mead. I got some beer. I got some Fireball cinnamon whiskey. Sadly, one of what I don't have. I don't have pure blood. I took the first round of the jab. It was before I became super based, right? It's like,
You fell for that shit?
okay, look, man. I don't want to get into it. It's one of those things where there's like family pressure, and it, yes, I did fall for that shit. So I have to hold that L, 100%. So, but I have not taken like any other booster shot, none of that bullshit. Like Gio, remember, I am a retard at heart. You know, I'm dumb as hell. You know, so but I
Well, I'm
learned.
I'm really
I learned.
sorry that you got bullied into it. I wish I knew you back then. I would have talked you out of it,
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
I would have
Like
given you
in,
the bravery necessary
it's
to
one of
deflect
those.
these attacks.
It's one of those things where hindsight really made me realize this was thrown so fucking out of proportion, right? Like, okay, Gio, there was a time, legitimately, where anytime I had a mild headache or slightly above average, like temperature, right? Where instead of it being 98 point whatever, it was like 100, I was like, oh shit, is this COVID? And then I realized, and like thinking about it, there's not been one point in my life where I thought, anything like that. Like whenever I would have a common cold, I never thought, "Oh shit, is this Ebola?" Right? Where it's just like basic ass feeling like shit symptoms. I thought, "Oh, I have COVID. This is the worst thing ever." And then but eventually I realized, "Holy shit. That was so blown out of proportion." But like that's how the media kind of fucked with me because I just kept thinking anytime I have a headache, anytime I had a cold, anytime I was sneezing, I'm like, oh, is this COVID? No, it fucking wasn't. And even if it was, it was fine. And I should say stuff like the jab. I'm sorry, Gio. Like I said, I'm a bit tipsy, so bear
Yeah,
with
I
me.
mean, try to do your best not to get me in any
No,
fucking trouble
no,
here. But I mean,
legitimately,
I can agree with that sentiment, man. Like, dude, because I had COVIDs for like I got it once and I had it. I was sick for like 3 days, but dude, it was perfectly fine. I just felt overly fatigued. I felt like I had a cold any other moment in my life. I was
yeah.
out for 3 days. All I did was lay around, watch like 80s movies. I ordered pizza. I had the pizza delivery guy drop it off at my window in my office, and then he left. And I was just eating a lot of food, resting, food. That's like the only way to get over this shit. And I was only out for 3 days. And someone I know, I'm not going to say who it is, they were like, oh, dude, they were going around saying, because they know my stance and my politics and stuff. And they're going around saying that, like, oh, Giovanni had the thing and it was so painful and he was so sick. He was fucking
He was
coughing.
dying.
I'm like,
His
dude, I was
legs didn't
fucking
work. He
fine.
could barely eat his pizza.
I
He
don't.
was on death's door.
He's like, dude, the pizza was sliding down his cheek, sliding onto his shirt, and he didn't change that shirt for like 2 weeks. He was so sick, and it was rotting, and there were bugs all over him, and he didn't care because the Fauci illness was just it took him over. Like, no, I'm like, dude, like I was fine, like I was totally okay. I went to work immediately, like it wasn't that big of a fucking deal, dude. Like I don't know why people feel the need to fucking lie about that shit. It was so fucking, dude. People are just fucking weird, like guys. I talked about when I had the whooping cough. Like I'm not a tough guy, you know. I'm not, gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna front at all. So yeah, it was so fucking weird, man, dude. That shit, that scamdemic, it exposed human nature to me in a way that no book or movie ever could. Reality really is a great teacher. It will be
No, it
barely
really is. Like I've
put a
learned my
thing on my
lesson.
head. Jim makes Haitians into pizza. God damn it, you got dude. The chat has been talking about Haitians all fucking night. Kaz.
Dude, I was playing fucking Persona 3 like reload and people were like, what are your thoughts on the Haitian situation? I'm like, first of all, I played a fucking anime game with cute robot waifus. And second, it's like, holy It's so funny. Like some people, man, they'll ask out of nowhere your opinion on something that doesn't relate to anything you're talking about. And it's like you just have to it's like in some ways you have to answer it, but in
Well,
other
yeah,
ways
you
it's
know,
like,
like
no, I'm not gonna fucking answer that. I'm playing Persona.
dude, it seems like every time I stream, it's like three things are happening. Mutiny in the chat. I have to disavow the chat because they're like talking about like the the J question and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Talking
Or
about
um
random shit.
or there's just like, I don't know, some illegality going on in the chat that I just have to disavow. And I'm just like, you know what, whatever, man. You guys do you. Whatever YouTube decides to remove, that's on them. I'm not gonna fuck with it. So yeah, as someone with a medical science background, the jab situation taught me how ignorant people are regardless of background and career. Yeah, dude, like people are just fucking insane, bro. Like they act like they're fucking experts because they watch CNN. Like I hate to sound like a fucking boomer and shit like that, but a lot of the people who watch or consume modern media or established media, they have a stick up their ass and they genuinely think they're better than people like me. They genuinely just look down at people like myself and they
Well,
think we're
Gio,
just a bunch of fucking jackasses. And
if it makes you feel any better, I would never look down on you. In fact,
I,
I look up to you in
oh,
every way, shape, or form.
well, dude, I love you, Chaz. And you
You're
know,
better than me
I was
in
talking.
every
No,
way,
no, 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 no,
every
no, no.
single way. You're yeah, 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 yeah. I'm kind of just
Chaz,
being, I'm
I
bullshitting, but
was
you good.
actually talking about you earlier with a friend, and we were talking
Oh hell
about
yeah,
how impressed we were with you, and that Dustborn, is that the video game Dustborn?
yeah,
Yeah,
Dustborn.
we're really impressed with how well you did with that video, well, now that you're here with me and we're talking about it, like you're a really smart dude, and you don't give
And
yourself
not really,
enough.
not
No,
really.
shut up. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you are. You are a smart dude. You're a funny guy, and I know you. You're a good dude.
No.
And when you
Like
put
man,
your
I can
mind,
barely,
when
I
you
can
put
barely read. I slur my speech all the
so do
time.
I, dude. They call me Mushmouth in the chat. Well, at least Zombie Bomb fucking just shits on me all day, dude. Zombie Bomb shows up in the chat with her fucking pants down, just waiting to take a shit on me
She just talks
whenever I
mad
fuck up.
shit all the time.
It's like, look, dude, but you made that video and you did a really fucking good job. And you
Yo,
should do more of that. You need to
I
just
should.
be in your element. You need to write your script. You need to record your shit, and then you know do your video editing and stuff like that.
So Gio, there was one line in that video that so many people point out. It's like I was talking shit about how, oh, the game will shit on Christians, right? But it won't shit on the Muslim characters, right?
Yeah.
I said oh, is the game like this character's currently praying to her prophet Allah and the child marrying prophet Muhammad? And so many people are like,
Oh,
yo, that was out
that's
of
right. I remember
pocket.
that
Why would you
part.
but dude, one guy was like, "Why would you say that? That's so like you're coming at this with hate." I'm like, "I'm not coming out with hate. A simple Google search says that yes, Muhammad married a 9-year-old. I'm not saying that with hate. It's just a fact. Why do you think I'm saying that with hate?" And dude, so many fucking comments just timestamp that exact moment. I knew they fucking would. It's so funny, bro.
Yeah, I also liked how you're like, dude, listen to the sounds of these
Yeah.
these sound effects. I'm like, man, that game fucking sucks, bro. It's such
Hold
low
up,
effort
hold up.
trash.
Frederick says, FYI, if you drink booze, you cannot be base. Well, I'm taking this shot in protest. Taking it.
I disagree. Friedrich Marx. Also, Zombie Bomb.
Yeah, take
Go
it.
fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Also, Pakistani is Islamic nuke power already, and now you have learned two things. Well, first off, nobody was talking about Pakistan,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I just
we know that they are. We know they have nukes,
all
dude.
right. Well, hey Geo, hold up. Let me say this, Geo. Thank you so much for letting me just hop on any of your streams just out of the blue. You're always just ready to accept me. You know, you don't say, "Hey Chaz, I'm trying to do something right now. Could you come back late?" Like you're always nice. You're kind to me, man. So
Well, I love my
cheers to
friends, bro.
cheers to Geo. And I'm taking a shot in a sec. Cheers to Geo, leader of the watchfrogs, a very chill, amazing stand-up guy, smart, intelligent, funny when he's funny in a very awesome way that I've seen very few people be funny in. So Geo, cheers to being my friend.
Oh, thanks,
Cheers.
buddy. All right, Freedom Rise. Let me just clarify some things really quick.
Ooh,
Let me just clarify something. Chill out, Chaz. Chill out. Chill out for a minute. All right.
No, no,
So
it burned my throat. Go
Pakistan
ahead.
is not the thing with the Middle East is that it's been destabilized, and all the loser men in the Middle East have been imported into Europe. So the most radical elements of the Middle East, they exist now in the West, and their numbers are growing at alarming rates. And they're the political party they're most likely to vote for or support, or the political party that is, I guess, aligned with them or allied with them. Um, they're 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 winning elections with terrifying frequency. So when I mean like the first Islamic superpower, the one I mean the one that's most likely going to use them. Um, because right now, like if something pops off in the Middle East, Israel's gonna fucking deal with it, and they're not even gonna ask twice. But if it comes from Europe, that's GG, man. That's G fucking G.
GG no re.
Let's see. Let's see. Chaz, booze is the same as HRT. You're gonna be a pretty girl. Cool. Gio, you need more Haitians in your. God damn it, man. Everybody likes you, Heart. Gio and Chaz sitting in a tree. J- check those emotions from Chaz. Estrogen.
DRINKING.
Yeah, that's
Check
all
those
we're gonna be
emotions.
doing in the tree is just drinking. Gosh.
Just drinking.
Shut the fuck raising your chill. Like, oh, that's you saying that.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see.
yeah. That's
Is that like a not safe for work game? No,
no, no,
Dustborn is a
no.
super safe for work game. As a matter of
Okay,
fact, I
no,
think
no.
you get
He's
government
talking
benefits for
about
playing.
he's talking about Chain Together. It's a fun game that we could stream together. Like, sorry.
No, well, we gotta play that office game, bro. We gotta,
Yeah,
dude. I might even drink for that. That might be fun. I missed the debate stuff. Did Kamala win? Omega Tony is God. No, Kamala didn't win, but neither did Trump. Both sides are gonna be able to say their person won. If you really wanted to make a strong case for either side winning, I guess you can. I guess the best way, the most honest thing one could say is that nobody embarrassed themselves, or nobody had a fumble the way that Joe Biden did the last
Oh,
time he was in public. So that's
let me
the
make
best
this.
way to summarize
Yeah.
it. Did you watch the debate, Chaz? What did you think?
No, I was about to say, let me make this clear. I did not watch the debate in any way, shape, or form. I've seen a few YouTube clips here and there, but whenever it comes to a debate like this, no one fucking wins. Like, has there ever, like you said, so the Joe Biden debate, right? That wasn't really Trump won. That was Joe Biden lost, right? You
Yeah,
get me?
yeah, I can agree with that.
It's one of those things where Joe Biden did so fucking bad that you can't even really say Trump won the debate because Joe Biden didn't even debate. He fumbled the bag so hard they dropped him as the Democrat nominee, right? They just immediately replaced him with Kamala the second he stood up there talking. And it's like can't really fucking say he won. And then with the Kamala Trump debate, another one of those things where I've seen a clip here and there, but the people that support Kamala, they will never step down and say, okay, Trump got her with that, even if he did, and vice versa.
Yeah,
Trump,
they're just gonna run into
like,
their corner and
and like
get
Donald,
information.
and like Donald Trump, the guy's not perfect either. I'm sure that he said one or two things that are just like kind of wrong.
I
I am
criticized him a lot in the beginning of the
like,
show. I really
let
did.
me make this very clear. I'm talking out of my drunk ass, right? But Donald Trump, he's not perfect. He'll say a thing or two there that might be wrong, but overall, Trump, he like gets the average American more than Kamala. Kamala, didn't she start her talking trying to say people are trying to get their cribs or some shit? Like she's trying to be all hip and shit,
If
right?
she said that, look, I believe you. I would like to see somebody link me if she talked like that. That's really fucking
I
embarrassing if that's true.
look, Gio,
Uh,
I
ch-
saw it on Twitter, so therefore it's true.
oh yeah, it's probably true. Uh, Chaz, while I have you here, I'm gonna stream to you in Discord
Oh yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
projector screen. Can you make sure that there's not like an echo or anything like that while I have you here?
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Do you hear yourself? Well, we're gonna play some audio soon.
Yeah,
Uh,
testing. I sound fine. No echo on my end.
Fuck
Things
yes,
sound
dude, it
okay.
works.
It
Here, well,
works.
wait,
Wait, wait, wait.
Let
Well,
me
okay,
play
it
a
works on
video.
my end.
Let me play a video really quick. Let me see. Can you hear this?
Planes is people don't want to know because it's
Fuck,
cruel.
no,
like
I
that the bird that
You really can't hear that?
Nah, he's talking. He's like jerking something
just
off
brought back
on
to life?
stream, and it's like
they
oh, I
kill a
can't hear
bird
him.
every time
Fuck.
they do.
Hold up, wait, hold up. Hold up.
Let him cook, chat. Hey,
Um,
what's up, cheese?
Cheese, are you gonna get in? Are you gonna get in the chat? I haven't started talking about the pop culture stuff, so
Oh, cheese, you gotta get it for the pop culture shit, bro.
monitoring device. I don't know what my monitoring device should
Okay.
be.
So AC says he hears it. So it's like I'm watching what you're streaming to me. Is there a setting that I have to click to hear it?
No.
I-
I don't. Well, actually, I don't fucking know, bro. I don't want to fuck with it because I don't want to
Yeah,
break
no,
something because
you're
the show
good.
works. The show works, obviously, but
You're
you can't
good.
hear it. So, oh man, it's really annoying, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
It's not your fault. I know there's a solution. I just don't know what it is.
Nah, you're good.
Let me think.
Okay.
Let me think.
Options. Oh
No.
wait. Stream volume. Let me try that. Okay, hit play.
All right, yeah, here we go.
Do a trick. Like imagine if you told that to the little kid. But the little kid wants to believe.
That doesn't affect it at all.
Imagine
on
if
my
like
end. Damn,
our
I'm sorry.
entire monetary system is a magic trick.
I'm trying.
Now,
Gio.
why do people want to believe it? Because
Hold
it's
on. Josh, I'm gonna figure this out right now. Fuck.
Let me see. Grid. Okay, here. Let me try this setting. Maybe I had something muted. Okay, try hitting it try hitting play one more time.
something from nothing.
No, I'm still not here.
That's why you're culpable. That's why you can't end the Fed. Because you want it,
Oh, dude, I don't know, bro.
I don't know. Let's just move on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move on. I'll have to figure something out later.
You tired, man?
No, I have a itchy eye. I'm not tired at all. It's so
yeah.
early, bro.
Oh,
It's only
okay.
10 o'clock. All right, well, we gotta move on.
It's only, bro. It's only 10 o'clock, and I look at my time. I'm like, shit. Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock somewhere.
Hold on. We got a bunch of chats here. Fucking A. Gio was eating Haitians during the debate.
Gio's audio sharing cable. the Haitians will eat anything.
Gio, now that they imported 20k Haitians, are you gonna gather them up and sell them at a high price? God damn it, bro. Kamala Harris. Trump has little hands. He does. Now let me be clear. I can't do a Kamala voice. I'd have to practice it. That's all cheeses. Gasp. K6. He will eat them all. I hear it. Gio, what do you like with your? Wait, does Gio only like cheese because he reminds him of old women puniti? Whoa. Oh, fuck. Dude, cheese is younger than me, guys. So I don't know about this old woman puniti shit is, but I'll tell you this. I was at an all-white party.
I was at old folks' home and crushed mad old woman pussy.
Well, I was at this all-white party, and there was this beautiful, beautiful woman. And I saw her from the back, and I'm like, ooh. And she turned around, and she was obviously a little bit more mature than I imagined. She would probably be
in her
around
60s.
Well, no, she was probably about 45 to 50 years old, but hashtag would.
Oh shit.
For the night. So let's see, what else have we got here? 6 a.m. here. Where are you from, K6? Gio has pink eye. Oh, Pisco Liddy. Hey, do you want yeah, Pisco, get in the chat, man. Let's talk about Russia. Let's talk about Tim Pool and shit. I have questions for you, Pisco. All right, guys. Arch Nemesis Pisco Liddy might come on. How cool is that? He just jumped into the chat. Yeah, Pisco, you should. Well, hold up. I'm in Discord right now. Members. Yeah, Pisco Liddy, you are here he is.
Hey, what up?
What's up,
How
buddy?
we doing, boys?
Good. How are you doing, man? Finally, we get to
Good,
talk.
good.
We get to chat.
I know. It's been a while. How you been?
Good, man. I like poking fun at you, but I don't mean any malice, really.
Me neither, bro. Never did.
I actually say a lot of really positive things about you because I do think you're
Really?
Yeah, I think you're an intelligent dude. I think there's a friendly demeanor about you, and it disarms me. And I generally have a good sense for like who good and bad people are, and I don't get a sense that you're bad. There's
I
plenty of
appreciate that a lot.
people on the left that I speak with. I'm like, oh, that's a bad dude. But I
The
don't
thing
get
is,
that from you.
you've called me like Destiny's butt boy though, and
Yeah, I
I
do
assume
say
you
that you're
think
like a
Destiny.
shadow. And
Yeah.
like when we were talking, when we talked and we were both face to face on cam, you had his mannerisms. And I
You think I have
witnessed
his
that.
mannerisms?
Yeah, you do. Almost identical. Because he was debating Destiny, or Destiny was debating Sean Fitzgerald, the actual Justice Warrior, in person, I think in Texas. And
Oh,
actual Justice Warrior is like really, really well versed in crime stuff. That's where he shines the most. And
agree to
Destiny was
disagree, but yes, go ahead.
and Destiny was getting really frustrated. He was getting really, really frustrated, and he was like, "The way that you stroked your hair when you got frustrated with me, it was exactly the same." And also, my
You
dad
think
does
I'm
that too.
copying? So you think your dad's copying Destiny?
Well, my dad
Maybe
is
we're
a
just
far
stroking.
leftist. My father's a far leftist. He agrees with Destiny. He doesn't agree with anything I have to say. Um, so yeah, my dad probably watches that shit because he's always like making fun. He's like, "Oh, Giovanni, you watching Hannity, boy?" I'm like, "No, Dad, I don't watch Fox News. I'm too young for that."
How
Nobody.
old is your dad, if you don't mind me asking? You
He's
don't
like
have
in
to
his
say.
60s. He's like 60 or
There's no way
65.
he's watching Destiny to pick up on his hair stroking mannerisms.
Dude, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Ask Destiny for his analytics. But yeah, I guess
His what?
you have really
Oh,
strong
is it?
opinions,
Yeah.
and like now that somebody who obviously has opposing views to me is here, I want to get your take, man. So
Yeah.
like, I'll just try to say my opinion on this Russia stuff really quick. Like in my opinion, this like these content creators, like the ones on the screen, you can go ahead and watch the window projector preview so you can see what I'm looking at.
Oh, hey,
Um,
1 second.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So you're probably gonna know who these guys are.
watch.
Some
Okay.
people in chat are asking who is he talking to. I'm not trying to sound
Oh no, this
rude.
is Pisco Liddy, my former debate partner.
Uh, opponent, not
Yeah.
partner.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know what? You know what I
Yeah.
mean.
And let me make this
Yeah.
very clear. I'm like drunk as hell, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be quiet while you two are talking.
Yeah. That's cool,
And
bro.
it's like take everything I say with a shot of Everclear, if you get
Okay.
me.
No. Yeah.
I get you.
So, yeah, my quick opinion about this Russia stuff. Now that you can see what's on the screen and who's on the screen, is this seems like an attempt to chill lawful speech in the United States by invoking this conspiracy that I guess the Kremlin or the Russian government is giving money to content creators to have opinions that run contrary to current American foreign policy. And if that's the case, like I don't really see what the big deal is. Like, why is this a big deal to you?
Why is what a big deal to me?
The
Why is
the claims that
okay?
are alleged currently by the DOJ that these people are being paid by the Russian government, let's say.
Country we're like very concerned with covert foreign influence. I think that is like a genuine concern at like the starting gate. But you can tell me if you agree or disagree.
Um, to a point, yeah. Like I think anybody, regardless of where they're from, who comes forth and starts speaking, opinions that run contrary to my personally held beliefs. Like I brought up the example in a short video. Roberto Corona, he is the leader of the Pablo Los Fronteras refugee NGO organization. So this guy basically imports illegal aliens into the country. He is an American citizen, but this is somebody who is heavily funded by unknown sources. As far as I'm concerned, I need to look more into it. But again, he's importing people who are not American, who are from countries where anti-Semitism runs rampant, for example, or countries that are very dangerous, and they're importing their criminals into the United States. Um,
What do
where's
you
he get?
view that as
You
the
know,
connect? What's the connection between that? What
Well,
you
I
just told
mean,
me, which is the
well,
first I'm hearing about
these
it.
people that are being imported into the country, they are being registered to vote. Unknown to them, they're not doing it willingly or on purpose. But like the DMV, when they issue IDs, they'll register them to vote. I mean that's foreign influence right there. Greta Thunberg. who funds her? She's constantly petitioning the U.S. government to hold one position or another, to vote a certain way, to vote for certain candidates. I mean, clearly foreign interference. Catholic charities. The Catholic Church HQ is in Europe. Nobody, like what they're doing is a problem. The thing the Catholic Charities is doing is an issue.
Some of what you're describing, I would say, is already a crime and problematic. For example, the illicit importation of people in violation of the Immigration Nationality Act and related statutes, I think would be a crime and would be a problem. We want people who come to this country to do so legally. And so I think that you wouldn't have any fight from me that if what you're saying is true, that there's a person who is importing people for the purpose of having them influence our elections. It's bad enough that they're importing in contravention of immigration law. But
yeah,
for the purpose of, like, let's say that it were true, though I don't accept just because you say it is true.
Fair enough. I mean, if you don't know,
trying to vote, that would also be a problem. You're not gonna have a fight with me on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can do your own research on it.
What does that have to do with this claim? Because you kind of dodged it a little bit. It was like, isn't it problematic, the notion that they're like doing this big scheme?
Yeah, well, what's problematic, and the reason why I bring up those other sources of, I guess, foreign influence, if you will, is that for whatever reason, the left, for many years, has had no issues with those types of organizations or individuals having opinions about or trying to petition or change American public policy. And these dorks, Dave Rubin, Benny Johnson, and Tim Pool, like, I don't like these guys at all, and I don't listen to them. Again, they're no friends of mine. Again, two of these people for sure don't even like President Trump. Like, Tim Pool didn't even vote for him in 2016, and he's actively told people not to vote for him or support him. And same with Dave
Tim
Rubin.
Pool doesn't like Donald Trump?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think that this necessarily just extends to Trump. Whether if they were doing this on behalf of, like, Jill Stein, or even if it were, let's say it was an Iranian conspiracy on behalf of Harris, that would be problematic too. And not necessarily because foreigners aren't allowed to have opinions. Foreigners are allowed to have opinions, but if you're in America and you're doing covered activities that are that require registration under FARA, under our laws, just like under immigration laws, if you're not following our laws, that's a problem. And so the things that you're talking about, like Greta Thunberg, I don't understand why she would need to register under FARA and how that's, comparable. People can have views outside of the country about what other countries should do. I have views about what, like, countries in Latin America should do. I have views about what Ukraine should do or Russia should do. Like, right? So it's not, the problem is the violation of laws and the domestic political activities without registration in America in violation of those laws. I think that is a way to distinguish some of the cases that you're bringing up, which aren't on all fours. And I don't care if there are left-wing people who are hypocrites. There's tons of left-wing hypocrites. That doesn't affect me. I'm going to be outraged regardless of who's a hypocrite, because I don't want to be a hypocrite.
No, I understand that. And I certainly get where you're coming from. It just, like, it also just conflicts with the core value that I have, that, like, if we're going to be pro free speech, like, I don't really care if Russian agents, per se, are having strong opinions about American foreign policy in Ukraine.
Okay, so you think we should get rid of FARA?
Well, to me, it's useless for the most part, because a lot of, not a lot, but a handful of citizens or a handful of members of the government have dual citizenship, and they actively promote and support the interests of the country of Israel, for example. And there are content creators who do the same thing, and they probably get paid a lot of money. I know one person who does. I'm not allowed to say, but that's okay. I'm not allowed to say. I don't want to get in trouble. But you can actively promote and support this one country. But if it's any other country, like, let's say, Turkey or Iran or, I guess, Russia, then all of a sudden the FBI would get involved. The Southern District of New York is going to get involved, and they're going to go after your money. They're going to spy on you. They're going to spy on everybody that you associated with, and they're going to spy on everybody they associated with, etc. It seems like a gross violation of people's constitutional rights, people's civil liberties. And this has been ongoing since probably, I mean, realistically, since, the Patriot Act has been invoked. People overseas, or people who go overseas and then come back, and, they have opinions that run contrary to, I guess, the regime's motivation in the Middle East or wherever. then they end up getting the government sicked on them.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying, like, FARA is not about stopping all foreign influence. You can absolutely have foreign influence in the United States, and there's ways to do that. What it's about is registering people who are acting on behalf of a foreign principal in an agency relationship, not any American who is acting in the interest of a foreign country. It's where there is an agency relationship where you are an agent of a foreign principal, conducting certain covered activities for the purpose of or benefit or direction of that foreign principal. So that's what FAR is about, not stopping all influence or stopping all opinions about foreign countries. And so there are a lot of Americans, dual citizens, whatever, who are giving their honest opinions. And if all that, we all thought that Tim Pool was giving pro-Russian talking points before this came out. That's totally legal. And actually, I don't even know that Tim Pool was a foreign agent, because it appears that he might have been duped, actually. So like all of that, or I think he was grossly reckless, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he was knowing about what was going on. And so
Yeah.
all that is to say, just because you're given certain opinions doesn't mean you're covered by FARA. And for you to get around that, you need to do a FARA analysis on the specific examples that you're citing. And so it's not helpful for me when you're like, I can't talk about who is the secret person or whatever. You're gonna have to point to a double standard somewhere, because I'm assuming that's where your concern lies, unless your concern is more broadly that this shouldn't even be a thing.
It shouldn't be. I don't really believe it should be a thing. I think people who are actively promoting the interests of other countries, let's say, I think it's kind of obvious where their loyalties lie. I never got the sense that any of these jokers were like overtly pro-Russia or spreading misinformation or disinformation about any going-ons in the United States for nefarious purposes.
You never got that impression when Tim Pool like slammed the table and said, Ukraine's the enemy of this country and we need to apologize to Russia?
To a point. I'm more antagonistic towards the country of Ukraine. Well, not the country of Ukraine. I've said multiple times, I think the people of Ukraine are lovely and they're beautiful and their culture and they're people that deserves to exist. And I say the same thing about the Russians and of course the innocent people in the Donbass region who are, being slaughtered by the Ukrainians at the hands of the CIA or at the direction of the CIA. Yeah, so I'm not a fan or an ally of Ukraine. And the antagonism of Russia is largely what led to the conflict. People are, the cartoonish version that's been sold to the American public is that, the Russian government is, they just want to take over the world and, they're trying to paint Putin as like, Hitler 2.0. And it's ridiculous, man. Like it's more complicated than that.
Do you respect Putin?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Do you generally like him?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I
don't like him.
I don't have a problem. Like, look, man, like the Russian government and its people never did anything wrong to me. Like my enemies are not Russian. They're not the
Would
one.
you say your enemies are like the Jews?
No. No, I don't do anti-Semitism. I don't. No. I'm pro-Trump. So like genuine racists and shit, like they don't like me and they don't share my opinions.
Oh, but you would say like Israel is an enemy of America?
I don't want to say that. Look. I don't think Israel is necessarily.
Sorry. You can't say it.
Well, no. Well, fuck, man, you're gonna get me into trouble. Because I try not to. First off, I try not to talk about Israel for obvious reasons. But because there's certain things you can't talk about, and we know why. I will say this. I
don't know why. What? Because you think you'll get like canceled or something?
Well, yeah. People who have like for example, I said like the moon landing didn't happen, and people fucking came after me and shit. And
was that I missed that during our debate. Was that actually your opinion?
I remain skeptical. We'll get back to that later.
Yeah,
but
sure.
no, like I don't consider like on the real though, like I don't consider like Israel or Ukraine like my enemies per se. But allies, I'm not entirely convinced. The American people are suffering gravely to fuel their war efforts, and as a result, a lot of people are dying. And at the very least, I don't want that on my hands. I'm not interested in the war effort in the Middle East.
You think
or
Destiny
in Ukraine.
is acting as a Israeli or as an agent of a foreign principal, namely Israel?
No, and I've never believed that or thought that for a second.
Okay. But it is funny because like your interactions with me on Twitter like replies has pretty much been like, you're cleaning up for Steven. You get your marching orders from Destiny. He tells you what to do. He tells you who to criticize, and more to the point, who not to criticize. And I just wonder, do you have a feeling that maybe there's a conspiratorial bent to your thinking, and that maybe I haven't had my secret marching orders from Steven and he doesn't tell me what to do?
No, I think it's more
that's true?
I think it's more implied. I think it's more innocent than that. I think you look up to Steven. I think you respect him a lot, and you emulate a lot of what he does. And you know that he has some kind of relationship with Lauren Southern. And
I don't know that to be true.
Well, anyways, he's cool with her. He's friends with her. He's very friendly with her. We'll just leave it at that. And for whatever reason, you were, you put on the gloves and you're going out there swinging in every direction, hitting on Dave Rubin, Tim Pool, and maybe they deserve it because these guys are idiots. But for whatever reason, you left out Lauren Southern, and I just want to know why.
Yeah. So I left out. I went after Pool hard. I don't think I went after Rubin that hard. But I do think Pool and Rubin, based on the four corners of the indictment, seem more culpable than Lauren Southern in that indictment, if we're attributing them to the right, and I think we are, the right content creators, the kind of like pseudonyms used in the indictment. And I think it's obvious that the indictment paints them out to be more culpable, those two. I didn't go hard on the others as much. There's more than that. There's Benny Johnson. There's
Taylor Hansen, Matt Christensen.
Taylor Hansen. Did you see me going after them? So like, I think you need to find a way to, in your narrative, explain why I didn't go after those people as well, and make it fit.
I might have missed those tweets. I don't know. I just saw, because I know you've been
go after them.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Hello, who joined?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? How was your date?
It was cute. It was very cute.
All right, well, you got to tell me about
Who's
it.
this?
Oh, this is my co-host, Cheese.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, Cheese. This is my good friend Pisco Liddy.
Oh,
we're burying the hatchet. We're burying the hatchet.
Times. I don't know that we're burying the hatchet. You say a lot of weird stuff sometimes, you know?
Can you guys kiss and make up?
No.
I don't know about that. So, number one, you accuse me of like being ordered by Steven not to criticize Lauren Southern. You said that in many replies.
No,
sorry, Destiny.
Oh.
You said like he has his marching orders. He's not supposed to talk crap about Lauren Southern.
Yeah, and you're saying that's
not
like
true. All of my replies.
Yeah, it just
you never told me not to.
It just seemed that way. It just seemed. Look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But generally, I got a pretty good hunch about these things, and it's really important to look at like what people are after, but it's also really important to look at what they're completely avoiding as well, because both of those, both opposite ends of those spectrums are very, very telling, and they speak volumes. And I know for a fact that Lauren Southern, she has this relationship with Destiny. And I know that you're very close with Destiny, and you guys stream often together, and et cetera, et cetera. But so I'm like, the pattern of behavior breaks when you go after this person, you go after that person, and then this other person, Lauren Southern, who's done exactly the same thing, you omit saying anything about her.
That's your assumption that they've done exactly the same thing. I think that the conduct as described in the indictment is more culpable for Rubin and for Tim Pool. They both are like, hey, for one, it appears that they're making because the money is only like 9 point something million, and they're making like the lion's share of whatever that pie is, and so
that is true.
They're making more of the money, and they're also having these. They're the ones who are being forwarded this Edward Gregorian CV, which is fake as fuck. And they're the ones having like apparently trying to do their due diligence, but completely failing to have any responsibility, even though they're already kind of sussed out. And so that to me speaks to a more culpable mindset. And they're the ones who I see as more active in the Russian propaganda. Tim Pool spreads a lot of Russian talking points. Now, whether they're developed by Russian, that's,
Well, is what they're saying wrong though? Like what people are saying, that they're speaking Russian propaganda, or they're spewing disinformation that favors the Russian government, and it's disinformation. And no one has ever been really able to articulate clearly, like, what is it that they're saying that is not true? Because what's more important to me is the truth. Like, I don't care if they're being paid to have their opinions. Again, there's plenty of people who get paid to have stupid opinions. Don't care.
I was going to ask, didn't Putin just endorse Kamala Harris?
I don't know what to make of that question.
Because like I thought that Tim Pool is pretty pro-Trump, so I would then argue that when like if he was paid by Russian actors, so then obviously the guy that would be pro-Russia himself, Mr. Putin, would then go, oh yeah, no, I'm also pro-Trump, and then then Tim Pool
So
kind of
when
be
Putin
on lockstep.
endorses Kamala, do you take that as serious?
I would
no.
I would say yes. I would take that seriously.
You would? Why?
Well, if he endorsed Trump, would we then also take that just as serious?
I think that whoever he says, I don't take it at face value. Whatever he says publicly, I look to what our intelligence agencies are forming in terms of their opinion, and I look towards incentives. I don't necessarily look to the public-facing statements that Putin makes. I think he oftentimes lies and misdirects in his public statements. So no, just because he endorsed Donald Trump publicly, I wouldn't conclude that he wants Donald Trump to win. I would want to see more than that.
Do you believe that if there was a serious endorsement, it would go towards Trump? Is that what you're trying to
I know
imply?
He wants Trump to win, yeah.
Why do you think that?
Number one, because Trump has indicated he is way more dovish on Ukraine and is way less willing to have them continue the fight in Ukraine. I think you guys would agree with that. I think that's one of the reasons you like Trump, is because you think he's going to bring the war to a close, and you think that he is going to give less support to Ukraine in terms of the amount of money. I think you guys would agree with that, right?
Well, it's not necessarily. Let me address that really quick. I don't think it's necessarily about the money. It's more about the bloodshed. That war needs to end. Too many people are perishing.
You agree that Trump would give less aid to Ukraine. That's your impression, right?
No, I think he's going to end the war.
When the war be over, so there would be no aid?
Well, no. I mean, just in general, whether he's ending the war, whatever action he's taking, you believe that he will be sending less funds to Ukraine for the purpose of engaging in war. Fair?
I guess for the sake of argument, fair.
Yeah, so I think that is against the interest. Sorry, that's in the interest of Russia as far as they see it. They want a less reliable ally for Ukraine in the sense of continuing the fight against Russia. And I think,
but I would argue that if push came to shove, Trump would be more inclined to like be more aggressive to Russia.
Okay, I don't believe that, but that's fair. You can believe that, but I don't know that that's what's going on in Putin's head, and I think that's pure conjecture.
I mean, like people try to argue that the war in Ukraine was a good thing because it's like, oh, now we got 3 other countries joining NATO, and it's like, yeah, they're kind of loser countries anyways, so we're not really like gaining.
Sweden is a loser country.
Yeah, weren't they neutral for both world wars?
They were neutral for. I don't actually know that.
Yeah, so like for me, it's like, oh yeah, the great military superpower of the world, Sweden.
Yeah, but Sweden is a regional player, as is Norway.
Oh yeah, but they're like,
and Norway wasn't neutral.
Just joined. Like, how long have we been at like a Cold War with Russia, and they just now joined?
I don't want the war to continue either. I don't want there to be war. I don't think that it was worth it for there to be war just so we could expand NATO. I think that's not right. I don't want these people to die, but I also don't want to encourage Putin's expansionism. And so I think that the fight that Ukraine is doing is in the interest of all of the West. And so I support their right to determine when and how and on what terms they cease the war, and on what terms they give up their land that has been robbed and taken by force at the hands of Vladimir Putin. So, and I don't view Sweden and Norway as like loser countries. I think that they're important players and significant actors in the region.
Well, Pisco, I must ask, because the chat wants to know, do you believe that President Trump is a Russian asset?
If by Russian asset you mean, is there a direct agency relationship where he's taking orders directly from Vladimir Putin, I don't have the evidence to support that claim, and so that isn't my position. However, if what you mean is he plays into the hands and will become charmed by and manipulated for the ends of Russia. I think that absolutely, in the more kind of metaphoric sense, he's a Russian asset in that sense, but not in the formal agency sense.
Yeah, I'll have to disagree with that. A lot of people want to, paint Trump as like this, like, oh, he's Putin's bitch, or he was Putin's bitch the entire time he was in office, or oh, look at him, he's like a puppy dog, fawning over, the North Korean president. Yeah. No, I don't believe that at all. I think people who don't make deals and have never like conducted legitimate business, like, don't understand how like winning people over works. Like, if you want to have peace in Eastern Europe and prevent the bloodshed that is occurring in the Ukraine and in Donbass and in Israel, like, you can't just like show up and be like, yo, fuck Putin, he's a piece of shit, I'm gonna whip out my dick and show him what's up. Like, you have to be nice to them. Like, if you're gonna conduct business with someone, like, you don't go in there talking shit. And like a lot of leftists like don't understand that. Like, dude, we had unprecedented peace when he was president, and now we have.
Did that work in World War II?
Well, we're not in World War II.
We're not. But your notion that like we need to be nice to dictators in order to make them behave, I don't know.
I think sensible.
What is your rationale for that?
Well, I think sensible diplomacy prior to World War II would have prevented the bloodshed, would have prevented the bombing of Dresden, would have prevented all these American soldiers perishing senselessly in this bullshit war. It would have prevented.
Was World War II a bullshit war?
Yes, it was a bullshit war. If I was president during the 1940s, I would not send a single American to perish in that war. That was not our problem, and that was not our fight. The Europeans were not able to get their shit together, that resulted in 2 world wars. And some of the most brilliant men in American history perished for no fucking reason. And by the way, for those of us who love polling and love, public opinion and stuff like that, if you were to go back and do the research, the majority of Americans were isolationists and they were anti-war.
Yeah,
they did not want to send their kids to go die in war.
Froggy, you understand that we were attacked and Germany declared war on us, right?
So what? Fuck Germany. If they want to declare war, so be it. They're over there, we're over here. What are they gonna do?
Well, I mean, hindsight being 2020, like that's not entirely fair.
Yeah.
Like, wait. So if someone declares war on you after you were attacked by their ally, you wouldn't
look the other way
yourself, and you would just let. Well, I mean, this is stupid. You don't believe this, Froggy?
Look,
I disagree with that.
I want to do a little bit more research about that this horrific attack on Pearl Harbor. I feel like that attack.
World War II stuff.
Look, that attack on Pearl Harbor, it could have been prevented. We had the warning signs were there and they were ignored, so we can get dragged into another bank of war. And I'm vehemently against it.
What war?
Dude, everybody knows the fucking bankers dragged the fucking United States into that war, man. Dude, the whole reason why this happened was certain individuals were carving up Europe, carving up Africa and the Middle East for their own personal gain. And when somebody put a stop to that and cockblocked their plans, they somehow were able to goad America into doing their bidding for them. And no, I'm just not interested in watching that many people perish, man. Like here's the deal. Like, if I'm not willing to do it, why would I ask anybody else to do it? Like, I'm not willing to fight people who did nothing to me. I'm not willing to go to war with or shoot at or fucking, whatever, beef with anybody who didn't do anything to me. Like, if I was alive during the 1940s, I'd be like, yeah, the Germans never did anything to me. And now in 2024, the year of our Lord, like, the Russians never did anything to me. They're not the ones beating me up or throwing shit at me for wearing a MAGA hat. They're not the ones accusing me of all these fucking crimes I never committed.
Is anyone accusing you of?
Yeah, I've been accused of killing people. I've been accused of killing. There have been people who passed away from COVIDs, and I've been accused of killing them because I didn't wear a mask. Unironically, this is unironic. There are people that I grew up with. I don't want to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
For another people you know.
People I personally know. Like, this happened in my personal life. There's people
you wouldn't wear a mask and someone died and they accused you of killing them.
Yeah. I've been there's guys I grew up with that spread slander about me, saying I'm a bigot, I'm a racist, I'm hateful. And I'm like, I live in Vegas. So like, I have rainbow gay friends. I just say rainbow to avoid, censorship and shit. And I don't hate anybody and I don't do hate shit on this channel. But people I grew up with who know me personally because I voted for Trump and like I voted for him in 2016 as like a joke. they said the worst shit about me. And again, like people overseas aren't like Russians aren't doing this to me. You know, they're not the ones making me poor. They're not the ones violating my constitutional rights. They're not ones falsely accusing me of shit. So when people are like, "Oh, well, you wouldn't go fight the Germans?" Like, why? They're not trying to kill. They're not trying to get me killed or my brothers. It's like, "Oh, you're not gonna go. You're not gonna support Ukraine or you're not gonna support Israel or Gaza." I'm like, no. Like Israelis never did anything to me.
In World War I, the Germans were literally killing Americans in unrestricted U-boat warfare.
Dude, I don't know, bro. Like again, the boat shouldn't have been there. It wasn't our problem.
The boat shouldn't have been in trading with UK.
No.
Okay, wait. Can I just ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Do you respect the Führer?
I don't really know anything about him.
You don't know anything about Adolf Hitler?
No, not really. I know what's been told to me in public education, but I don't put my public education. I don't hold it, in high regards. I impress upon people that your public education, your public instruction is likely bullshit, and we've been lied to about the reality of the world, which is why the red pill became so prevalent and so popular, because everything around us is a lie. Like everything is a lie, including what is told to us about history. Like a lot of people want me to hate certain people and hate certain groups of people, now and in the past, for some imagined slights, for some imagined grievances, and again, or not. They might be real. I don't really know. I wasn't there.
So why haven't you endeavored to look things up about the Führer then?
It just never really interested me. Like right now, like I'm doing my own art right now. Like I'm currently, recording a song, and I'm currently working on this docu-series about, it's like true crime, but I'm calling it fake crimes. So people who pretended these crimes happened, but they didn't. And
Are you joking? I really can't tell. If this is a massive troll, you're doing an excellent job. But I really can't tell if you're dead on. Are you a groiper?
No, I don't watch Nick Fuentes' content, and I don't really know anything about him either. I'm just anti-war. Like people just don't understand that. Like I'm against the war. Like I don't know. I'm a working class dude. A lot of my friends, are cops, or they were in the military, or are in the military, or they're veterans. And I've lost some people, man. Like war is a bad thing. And right now, the Democratic Party is the champion of wars. We had a horrific, war on terror continue on for 8 years under Obama. We had the war on terror continue during Bush's lame presidency, and he might as well be a Democrat.
Don't you agree that Obama stopped the war in Iraq and Biden stopped the war in Afghanistan?
Well, no, Biden did not stop the war in Afghanistan. He continued the war in Afghanistan. President Trump successfully negotiated a withdrawal early in the year. For whatever reason, Joe Biden wanted to withdraw in 9/11. Right? He wanted to withdraw. No, well, yeah, at the cost of innocent lives. A lot of people died because of his failure. Like, dude, the negotiation was done.
But he
the
ended
work
the
was
war,
done.
right?
No, he didn't. Trump did. Okay,
well,
Joe
Obama
Biden continued
it. Iraq?
Joe Biden continued it. He continued it on for optical reasons, and people died because of it. And they actually tried to use that Gold Star family as, for political points. And that failed spectacularly.
Have you read Curtis Yarvin?
I'm not familiar. No.
Okay. Quick question. So, are you aware of the history of Joe Biden petitioning and asking fervently for Obama to get out of Afghanistan as early as 2008 and 2009? And he was, there's contemporary documentation that shows it. In fact, some of the documents related to the Hur report show contemporary docs that he was petitioning to end the war under Obama, and that's very much in line with what he tried to do when he was president.
Wait. You mean before he was president, right?
Before he was president, he was in favor of ending the war very famously, and he thought that history would vindicate him, and then he assumed the presidency and he ended the war.
Well, he didn't have that opinion for the 8 years that he was Obama's boy.
Sure he did. Yeah. No, he considered quitting.
The war
was the vice president.
The war was ongoing and just alive and well during Obama's presidency.
I agree. I'm just saying that he was arguing against it. And just so you're aware, I don't know if you watched the recent Lex Friedman interview with former President Trump, but in it, Trump said that he wanted to have maintained thousands of troops at Bagram Air Base. And so in what sense is that ending the war in Afghanistan if that's what he's expressing to have been his true intention?
Well, wanting to do something and then actually doing something are completely different.
I completely agree, and that's why I give Biden credit for withdrawing and not Trump.
I would have given. I would have.
I thought that people talked about the failure of Afghanistan was like, oh, it was Trump's plan, and then Biden just went along with it. Like, isn't that what they always say?
That's with respect to the Doha Agreement, that he abided by the agreement, and so I would say that Trump has a role in the nature of in the pullout, and I think that he absolutely made that deal, but I just don't think that he had an intention to permanently leave Afghanistan. I think he wanted a problem that maybe he could solve, or that he would have a permanent station of troops at Bagram Air Base and kept a kind of force there. And further to that point, I think that it's overdetermined, because whether or not he had that agreement or not, Joe Biden was going to end that war, because he has historically always been against the Afghanistan war. He was in favor of it initially, but he came to realize it as a mistake in the way they did it, and has been arguing for its end for like a decade plus.
Well, we can both agree though that like you're kind of being unfair to President Trump. You're mind reading. You're assuming like, okay, he made the deal that we're going to pull
out.
He said
that he wanted. He said this year, less than a month ago.
Yeah,
I would have stayed with thousands of troops in Bagram Air Base.
Okay, but if we're looking at the wait, hold up, Serge, chill. If we're looking at the timeline of events, let's just assume Trump ended up winning the 2020 election. The withdrawal likely would have happened early on. And if it did, more than likely
that he did win the 2020 election.
Yeah, but we're gonna shelve that because we're gonna avoid that argument for now. Sure. We're not gonna go down that road. But if he were to have won, magically, and that time frame came, I think it was in March, is when they agreed that they would leave. I'm of the opinion that Trump would be a man of his word and that he would want to leave. But I don't disagree with you that I know what he said with Lex Friedman, because he's made it very clear in the past. It's like, oh, if you're going to go over there, take the oil, take this, take that. Like, I get it, right? Like, I guess that's what you're supposed to do when you're occupying these foreign nations.
You're supposed to take the oil? That's what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, well, what else was a United States military present in the Middle East for so long, other than to further the interests of Israel, is to extract resources from these people who likely are not really able to do anything about it, other than give the military a hard time. And they did.
I've heard the exact same rationale from Nick Fuentes, that the war with Iraq was to further Israel's interests, in the sense of displacing a regional player, Saddam Hussein, who was counter to Israel's interest, and using America kind of as a lapdog to further Israeli encroachment into West Bank, and to further cement the stability of Israel against threats from Iraq, and so they could eventually focus on Iran. That's what I've heard from Nick Fuentes. Where did you get that from, though?
It's just self-evident. It's just plainly obvious, Just, I mean, let's examine this logically for a second. The United States invades the Middle East. They're all over the place, and wherever they go, Libya, Afghanistan, Syria, so on and so forth.
Airstrikes, you call that an invasion?
Yeah, what else would you call it?
An airstrike?
I don't know, dude. Like, the United States is at war with those people.
When America, like, under Trump, you understand, Trump engaged in a lot of bombings.
Yeah, and I'm against that. Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Those weren't invasions, though. If they were, then your entire premise that he's anti-invasion or anti-intervention would be wrong, because Trump absolutely bombed a lot of people.
Well, I mean, the military was
Iraq.
Look, I was first. Yeah, well,
Iran.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if Iran directly, but Soleimani.
Yeah, no, I get that, and he kind of deserved it, but still, I'm speaking in generalities here. So the United States military is occupying. Let's use different verbiage so we don't get caught up with semantics here. The United States military is occupying the Middle East. There's a military campaign all throughout the Middle East.
Currently, or there was?
Currently and before. But let's just, for the sake of argument, before, right? Beforehand, years before this podcast, the United States military was heavily involved in the Middle East, conducting drone strikes, air strikes, covert operations, yada, 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 the whole shebang. Nation building. Is that That's not up for dispute.
And I don't think it's reasonably up for dispute. I think that was the stated goal of the Bush administration, and was
it's a
carried
horrible thing
forward
to do
by Obama in
and that's a horrible thing. And as a result, a lot of countries in the Middle East are not habitable. They're war torn. They're not safe. There's nothing for the people there. And things are not going to improve or get better. At least they don't believe so, because the military campaigns persisted for nearly 2 decades. Over 2 decades. And now those people have been displaced, and now they are elsewhere. They're in Canada, they're in America, they're all throughout Europe. And who benefits from this? Because we don't benefit from this. Europe does not benefit from this. The United States doesn't benefit from this. Somebody is benefiting from this. The corporations, certainly. And of course, Israel, whether you want to think it or not, however you want to phrase it, is antagonistic, or is at odds, or is at war, whatever verbiage you want to use, with a lot of the neighboring countries. So it does serve their interest when the people, the fighting age males, leave and go elsewhere.
Would you say that it's fair to say that Israel is responsible for Afghanistan and Iraq?
Dude, I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever, like, look, if Israel wants to dominate the Middle East, I don't really care. I honestly don't. God bless them. I like Israelis. No, I don't. Like, I like the Israeli people. Again, beautiful people, beautiful culture, whatever. They deserve to exist. However, at the expense of my family, at the expense of my friends' lives, at the expense of the American economy, I think not. We have been fueling these campaigns in the Middle East, this war effort in Ukraine, and we're printing hundreds of billions of dollars, maybe trillions of dollars, for who knows how long, for all these conflicts. And it is regular, everyday American citizens that are paying the price for it. None of us voted for it. None of us supported it.
If you vote for Trump, Trump is a bigger supporter of Israel than the Democrats. You'd agree with that?
Dude, I don't know, man. They both sound like they want to.
How is that up reasonably for dispute? You agree? Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem, recognized what Netanyahu wanted them to recognize with respect to the capital of Israel. Trump was helping broker pieces between Israel and other Arab states.
That's not pro-Israel. That's pro-peace. Dude, no, I don't want any Middle Eastern person to die.
Do you reasonably dispute that Trump is more pro-Israel than Kamala Harris?
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm not a mind reader. Maybe on the surface, maybe Trump is. But again, I don't know.
Okay, but like it sounds as though, and I could be wrong, it sounds as though that you're placing at least some responsibility for the deaths of people you know at the hands of Israel.
No, I'm placing them on the hands of the United States government. We have no business intervening in the affairs of any other nation. I do not believe in nation building. I think the cruelty towards Middle Eastern people at the hands of the American government is abhorrent. And anybody who voted for it, for Bush or for Obama, they got blood on their hands. And they fucked up.
You don't care about the millions under Nazi oppression in World War II? I mean, you just spoke, kind of like you gave a shit about people in Middle Eastern countries. Why don't you give a shit about the Jews under Nazi oppression, or the Eastern Europeans who are being killed by the hundreds of thousands by Hitler?
Well, again, I don't know how many millions of people were slaughtered at the hands of, let's say, the German military at the time. All I know is that it got infinitely worse, and the death toll went up another 10, 20 million when the United States entered into this conflict. So again, it's like, how many lives do we need to sacrifice to like, how many lives is okay? Like what's a body count that is necessary to that you're willing to? How do I put this? I'm trying to think, because there's an eloquent way to put this.
I think I have a good way to put this. Do you agree that there was an intentional plan to eliminate European Jewry?
I have no idea.
Oh. You're not sure if the Holocaust as an intentional act was a thing?
What do you mean?
Do you believe that there was an intentional genocide of European Jewry?
There was a genocide of a lot of people. There was an ongoing genocide of, people for an extended period of time. The German people faced the exact same eradication that Jewish European individuals face as well. And again, like none of this would have been possible, or I believe the death toll would have been significantly less had the United States not intervened. It likely would have been better to just have the European powers just surrender and just be like,
Do you
what,
remember what I asked you just then?
What?
Do you think there was a plan to genocide European Jewry by the Nazi high command?
I don't know if there was a plan.
So you're unsure whether the Holocaust as an intentional genocide actually occurred. You're unsure about that.
No, I'm not saying that. Like,
is it your position, whether you're saying it or not, is it your position that you're unsure about whether or not there was an intentional genocide against Jews orchestrated by Nazis?
I think there was an orchestrated genocide against all European people by fueling this conflict in World War II.
Including Jews or not including Jews? Or you're not sure?
Well, yeah, including them. Are they not European as well?
I would consider them European, but there are some people who would not, such as the Nazis. And do you not believe that there was a specific intent to eradicate both Eastern Europeans, but specifically the Jews as well?
Well, I mean, I know I'm really simplifying this, but prior to World War II, the German people were horrifically abused in unimaginable ways. They were treated the way that a lot of Jewish Europeans were treated, and as a result, World War II happened the way that it did. And the only way to avoid situations like that is to bring people to the table and negotiate peace. And that means that someone's going to have to be a loser. And we talked about this earlier with like Russia gaining, let's say, the Donbass region and Ukraine surrendering the war if Trump wins. Yeah, I think that's a win. I think that's a good thing. Ukraine needs to cede that territory. If it means avoiding World War III and nuclear bombs flying over every major city in the world, and then certain places on the planet being uninhabitable for thousands of years.
Do you think that, like, okay, I guess that what you're saying, I understand what you're saying. Do you think that the Jews brought about some violence upon themselves in that interwar period? That they kind of brought some violence upon themselves?
No. A lot of innocent people. A lot of they were mostly like I generally just consider anybody that was rounded up like prisoners of war. It happens. The United States did it. It was horrific. I don't agree with it.
But you do believe that like the Germans were betrayed at the end of World War I.
Sykes-Picot.
What?
Do you do believe that the Germans were betrayed at the end of World War I?
I don't know betrayal is the right word. I would have to look more into it, but I know that they got a raw fucking deal. They got a raw deal.
They stabbed in the back at the home front?
I wouldn't know. I don't know too much about like the battles or anything like that.
It sounds like you know more than you're letting on. Is that fair?
Well, I don't know about that, my friend. I don't know about that.
It seems like you're able to speak about actions that occurred or didn't occur, and so when you say I don't know, I'm not. You can say I can't answer that. I mean, that's a perfectly acceptable answer for you to say I can't answer that. But when you say I don't know, that means that you don't have a thought about it. But it seems like you have some ideas about this period. And you don't need to necessarily share them, but you could just say, I have some ideas, but I don't want to share them presently, or I don't want to talk about that.
Right? I mean, my opinions about this stuff is relatively simple. It's more just like, if you look back at a certain point, it's a catalyst for really horrible things to come, like a genocide, multiple genocides of Jewish people, genocides of the Polish people, genocides of German people, genocides of Russian people at the hands of communists. And I know not necessarily a genocide, but a mass death of American citizens, many of whom were opposed to this war that really it wasn't supposed to involve us. And again, like I've asked people who are very passionate about this topic, if me and you were alive in 1942, we're hanging out, we're having a beer or something, and it came up, it's like, hey, are you guys going to go and fight? I would say no. What would you say?
I don't know exactly if I'm in that situation.
All right.
I don't think that that's a good indication of whether or not I would be in support of the war just because I wouldn't myself fight in it. I couldn't tell you what it would be like to be in that situation. I'm not a very warlike person. I don't agree with war, but I do think that there are such things as a just war. and a defensive war. And I believe World War II was both a just war and a defensive war. I think America was attacked, whether there was warning signs or not, it is immaterial. America was attacked intentionally by the Japanese, and Germany declared war on us. And so I think it was absolutely a just war for us to support Western democracies and Russian, I guess communism in that context. But sorry, Soviet.
Yeah, the Soviet Union.
But I think that the Nazis were a greater evil. But it sounds like you're not convinced that the Nazis were the greater evil in World War II.
If I can interject, guys,
yeah, go ahead.
It's actually the Treaty of Versailles, which punished Germany after
why'd you say
World War.
Sykes-Picot?
Well, the only because we were talking about the Middle East, and that's what my mind was on.
Okay.
So I mean, we can just look to history and see what has caused these chain reaction events to occur. What do they call that? Like almost like a black swan event, or whatever the verbiage would be for that, where you do something, it's gonna potentially have consequences later on down the line. I'm not arguing for or against it. I'm just, stating the facts of when you have a nation that was severely punished like that, what do you think they're going to do to the people that oppress them? And I'm not relating that to a specific
think the Germans,
race.
As losers of the war, that they were oppressed by the Allied powers in the
They
World War I
were
context?
they were oppressed by the Treaty of Versailles, and that's what rose to the rise of Hitler.
German people were horrifically
isn't that the whole
abused.
joke? Isn't that the whole joke? To where it's like, and then one day, for no reason at all, Nazi Germany came to power. Like, isn't that the whole joke?
There was
this happened.
There was a long history leading up to how he got into power.
Let me just say
I'm
this.
not agreeing with it.
Let me just say this really quick, like Pisco, really quick. Like you're obviously against like anti-Semitism and racism, correct?
Of course, I'm very much against it.
Well, those things are on the rise right now because of horrific abuses of certain groups of people. Like there's a lot of we're seeing a lot of anti-white racism at the government level in corporate America, and it's blatantly obvious, and people are going to lash out, which is why I speak out against all racism, right? And
is that a warning?
It is a warning. People dude, like you abuse people long enough, eventually they fight back. Why I don't really start shit with people, and it's why I'm anti-war. If I'm not willing to do it, I wouldn't expect anybody else to, and I wouldn't prop it up or support it, and it would just make me look like this fake tough guy. And I'm not trying to be a fake tough guy.
Do you believe that of the groups that are oppressing whites, the Jews are one such group?
I have no idea who's doing it, dude. I mean, corporate America. What was that?
I mean, you would concede that Jews have a prominent role in corporate America.
I don't know if that's true. I never looked into that at all. I just know that corporate America and academia and even the government, higher learning is discriminating against white Americans.
Know exactly what you're talking about, and I think that this kind of dance that we're doing at the moment is a little bit despicable. And I think that, I think that I'm not.
Are you disputing that there is systematic racism and discrimination against white Americans?
I am disputing it.
And there's even discrimination and racism against Asian Americans at the university level, certainly.
I think there are absolutely systems that negatively affect Asian Americans, but if what you're talking about and what you're implying, I dispute it with respect to white Americans. I don't think that they're some crazy oppressed class, and it seems like what you're doing is you're warning certain groups, not including whites, to step back. Otherwise, they're gonna feel
not at all. No, not at all. Yeah. But I mean, it's not even just like it's even in general, like this happens. I mean, look at what is happening in Europe. There are terror attacks conducted by Islamic terrorists, extremists, and they don't do that because they wake up one day and feel like this is what they want to do. They're conditioned to hate the Western world because their homes were destroyed because of Western military campaigns that have been ongoing for decades. There is prevalent racism and discrimination against certain groups of people in the United States, and it is very blatant and it is very obvious. There's no disputing it.
Are blacks discriminated in the United States?
In what way?
in the same way that you're saying whites? Who's discriminated more in the manner that you're speaking about?
Whites. In current day America, white people are.
Okay, and how familiar are you with Martyr Maid?
What's Martyr Maid?
Daryl Cooper? You know who that is?
Who?
Daryl Cooper?
That sounds familiar, but no.
I don't believe you don't really know much about Nick Fuentes. I don't really believe that you're not a Groiper. I don't believe that you know nothing about Nazis. I think you're essentially you're lying to me right now, and I think that you're hiding. Have you heard the phrase hiding your power level?
No, never. I mean, dude, you can look at my bro.
Oh my god, is that a fucking Dragon Ball Z reference?
My power level is 530,000.
Dude, you can just like.
I want to bring it back here.
No. Let me just wait.
Okay,
let me defend myself really quickly. First off, like, dude, you can look at my timeline, bro. Like, I don't follow his content. I don't engage with it at all. I'm just familiar with all the opinions across the board on the left and right and in the middle, etc. And there are some things that are persuasive and some that are not. Again, if you are an ally and fuck, I can't believe I said that. If you are a friend to all people, and if you are genuinely against hostilities and antagonism against people for immutable characteristics, like let's just pretend for a minute that, like, let's say universities for whatever reason are discriminating against Black Americans in some sneaky way, it would fucking piss me off, and I would be 100% against it, and I would cheer on any effort to stop that, full stop. But it's not happening to them. It's happening to Asian Americans, and it's happening to white Americans. And again, we see preferential treatment in hiring, etc., that is antagonistic, or at least a hindrance for white and Asian Americans. I don't know why that is. I don't know who's doing it. I don't know who's responsible for it, but it just happened all at once, it seems, or at least it's so prevalent now.
Do you consider yourself to be white?
No, I repeatedly state I'm a BIPOC.
You're BIPOC. Do you have Hispanic heritage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not like totally sold on the notion that you are this egalitarian and you kind of have a race blind approach to racism, in the sense of you just view discrimination based on immutable characteristics to be the ultimate evil, as opposed to immutable characteristics of particular groups. And so, for instance, I might ask you, do you believe that the Jews who were killed on October 7th got what was coming to them?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I never did. Again, my Twitter feed, I don't delete my tweets. I never, ever cheered on or celebrated any violence against any group of people for whatever reason. I've never done that on the show. I've never done that in writing, and I'm not going to start now. No, and the people who were cheering it on and dancing are horrific, and no friends of mine, certainly. Again, people who were happy about that stuff, you know, they're Democrat voters. They're not friends of mine. And I know there's also, you know, people on the far right or whatever that say horrible things about, you know, what happened in Israel. And again, those people don't agree with me on anything. They're not on my side.
Where are you getting your views from? I need to know. You're being very cagey.
I'm just you know, Pesco, I promise you, like I'm just, you know,
not an idiot. Where are you getting this from?
I am an independent thinker. I am you know, I guess you could say I'm a heterodox. No,
tell me the truth.
God damn it, bro. Dude, you're denying me of my BIPOC status. You're denying me of my political opinions, and like I can't.
That sounds like a very racial argument that he's trying to justify you as a white man. A cisgender white man, Gio. That's who
like,
you are now.
Oh no, I'm gonna take off my my watch and I'm gonna reveal my real skin color. Yeah, I mean, it's so white.
What the fuck?
Dude, I've been found out.
Even the Muppets are like a little bit fashy. I don't know. There's something about your aesthetic that I find super fashy, and
so
and frankly, it's a little bit eerie when I have these conversations with you.
In style, what?
You thought Muppets were back in style or fascism?
It was vague as a joke.
Dude, the puppets are awesome.
Zelensky about fascism.
Dude, the puppets are adorable and they're apolitical. You know, I don't know why.
Can I ask why you live in Nevada? I mean, do you live near the Strip? It's a really diverse place.
Yeah, I do. And I mentioned this on the show before. Like, I don't really like care about like diversity. Like, I'm not antagonistic towards it. Like, it makes sense in Nevada. You know, it makes sense in Vegas. Like, that's perfectly fine. And you know, like I engage with people all over the world, and I always say, like, I'm so blessed that there are literally a diverse group of people from all over the planet who talk with me. And I think that's great. I think that's wonderful.
His boyfriend is black. I don't know if
Shut
you
the
know
fuck
that.
up,
Are you Christian?
I want to bring it back to the college.
Yeah,
I do
consider myself a Christian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to bring it back to the college argument really quick because you said something that kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
Well, not Yu-Gi-Oh, but Pisco.
Mm-hmm.
So would you agree or disagree with me that it would be not good to separate people based on race in the college campuses or anywhere?
I think that separation on the basis of race generally is a bad thing. I think that integration and cooperation and mutual care and support among different groups and peoples is positive. I don't think that that eliminates the potential benefits of affinity groups. I don't think that that is
Define it when you say affinity group. I just want to clarify for the chat here.
Yeah.
You're saying like Asian American group,
So for example, there's a lot
African
of
American group, that type of deal.
So for example, in college, there were times where I worked with or helped out in different cultural events. I'm Hispanic. My family has Peruvian heritage, and we're sharing culture, sharing music, sharing these kinds of things. I think it's a very enriching thing, and it can be a source of great joy and enrichment for people who want to be a part of them. But I don't think that there should be an emphasis on exclusion. I don't necessarily agree with these kind of like white spaces that are like excluding white people. I don't like that. I agree that there are some people who are racist against white people. I just don't view it kind of systemically like in the same way. I think it's actually insane that.
But where is all that being taught?
White people are more discriminated against more than black people. I think
where is that behavior being taught?
Where is what behavior being taught?
The racist behavior. Who is teaching our youth to be racist?
Excuse me, sorry. People like Nick Fuentes.
Okay. I'll say, you know what? I'll give you.
Do you agree that Fuentes is racist? Yes
no, I don't.
You don't agree that he's racist?
I don't follow him enough to form an educated
opinion. Bullshit! You don't know anything about Fuentes. Have you ever watched Fuentes stream?
I've watched a little bit, but I don't know enough to form an opinion. I do not agree with the
people like you who are being really cute, and the people that
let me make my point. Let me make my point because you're trying to sidebar here. So what I am saying, so if I give you Nick Fuentes is in that category, right? Then you're
conditioning, right? Like if you grant it, but you don't actually grant it. Just to be clear, you don't grant it.
I'm for the sake of the discussion, because I'm seeing where your logic is behind this. So if you're telling me that Nick Fuentes is this character on the right, then who would be that character on the left? Would it be your college professor that's the blue-haired professor that's like, oh my God, racial injustice, yada, 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 hate your white fragility? What about those people?
I'm not willing presently to classify all blue-haired people a certain way. I agree that there are probably some blue-haired people who are racist against white people, and I believe that there's probably professors who are racist against white people. That doesn't mean that I think systemically white people are oppressed in the way that Froggy is suggesting. But
so if you have to take a gender studies class or all this stuff now going into college, right? Because those are your requirements to go into your undergrad, you got to get your GE done first. And the colleges are teaching our kids these type of things. Do you think that's going to make people more racist or less racist?
The conflation to gender studies and gender issues, I don't think is necessarily apt here. And I would posit that there's a lot of need now for gender studies, since apparently the right wing and MAGA and all these reactionaries on Twitter can't decide what a woman is. If you saw the big kerfuffle.
Do they have a vagina?
Yeah. So that's is that your definition of woman?
XX versus XY chromosome, dude. It's science.
Is it XX versus XY chromosome? That's your position on what a woman is?
Yep.
Okay. So do you agree that there are some men who can give birth?
No.
But there are some XX people, XY people, who are able to carry a pregnancy to term and give birth to their
That's a genetic anomaly, bro.
Whoa. Do you agree that the definition of woman is woman is XX chromosome, and man is XY chromosome?
I without
Yes or no?
talk, I know what you're trying to do here, man. So without the anomaly of with the
No,
people
I
that are
just think
born
it's a yes or no question. It's very simple. If you're
minus
willing to,
minus the anomalies, a man is a man, a woman is a woman,
that's you understand
and
that's circular, right? You're using man is man, woman is not a helpful definition. You agree that it's not
It looks
helpful?
female enough, good enough for me.
So is it looks that is what defines man and woman?
Look, I'll tell
no,
you
it's
what a
it's the
woman is,
science.
boy.
It's
I
it's the
know it when I
science. It's
see
the
it.
chromosomes.
Boring.
It's
You
your
guys
chromosomes.
okay,
It is your
okay.
chromosomes that you're born with. It is your
Okay, so then
inherent traits
you
like
guys
that.
are like memeing your way out of it. But it actually sounds like you're very uncomfortable with some
Female
of
is
the.
XX,
It
male
sounds
is
like you guys are
XY.
all very uncomfortable. That's why you're kind of like nervously
Well,
laughing.
bro, I didn't say nothing. I
I'm,
didn't say
I'm
nothing.
not.
I made a
I'm just,
joke.
Yeah,
dude.
it sounds
They're
like
making
you
jokes.
guys might need some gender studies and some
I don't.
Whoa,
I
CRT.
don't.
whoa,
I
whoa,
know what
whoa,
a
whoa,
woman is.
whoa, dude,
I know
Just
what
got
a
Pisco,
enough
woman
pussy
is.
in
Pisco,
chat, all right?
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. First off, like, it's really difficult to talk about this low key because people get banned for having like the wrong opinion about this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, to me, the topic is kind of meaningless. Like, I think it's pretty self-evident what the truth is. I just don't really want to bother with it because I don't want to get banned, and I don't even think it's that interesting.
Yeah,
And
I mean, but then be brave and say I just can't talk about it instead of just hiding and being a little
I do
bit of
tell
a
people that. I say I can't talk
yeah.
about this, and like, I'm
But
gonna
then,
be honest
like,
with you guys.
you're,
Gender
like,
stuff, I
oh,
can't
I
talk
don't
about
really,
it.
I don't know if Jews are this or I don't like you're not bullshitting me, bro. Like
Whoa,
you know
bro.
exactly,
Whoa.
bro. So the thing is, you're not cute and you're not funny. In fact, it's very boring to have people who are just kind of like lying the whole time.
But I'm not
And
lying to you. I haven't lied to you at all. You
Who's
want me
lying?
to have like these like definitive opinions about things, and
no, but
like I just
you have an
can't or I
inkling what you
don't.
think. You haven't, yeah, you can or won't. Even that statement is you indict yourself with your own use of language there, and you know you do, and you know I'm gonna catch it, and you know my ear is tuned for it. I'm waiting for you to slip up like that shit, and so you're just giving it away, and you're dog whistling super hard, and everyone can see it, and so might as well just say it with your chest what you feel about Jews and what you feel about trans people. You know, when you say rainbow, you know what you're doing. Like, I'm not an idiot.
Dude. Well, first off, I say rainbow people or the Rainbow Coalition to avoid saying
Yeah,
words that might trigger the algorithm or whatever.
yeah.
I'm
Because you want
not
to say the
saying it.
word.
No.
You want to say the word that rhymes with maggot, and you want to say the word that
No.
rhymes with
No. No.
granny. That's
No,
what
I
you want
don't.
to do.
No, I
Yeah.
don't. No, I promise you, I don't. Dude, I've had a trans individual on the show twice, and we had a very cordial, friendly conversation. I consider them a friend. They are a literal criminal and a member of Antifa. I have no animus towards this person at all. Like I have no reason to lie. I'm telling you guys right now. You guys can see my face.
I think you do
like,
have a you've literally said you have a reason to lie because you don't want to be banned. You said it.
Well, yeah, but when we're talking about that
That's
one
not-
specific gender issue, what is a woman, whatever. Like
No,
we
no,
know
it's
why
not
we
lying.
can't.
That's
We
not-
know what we
that's
can't.
not lying,
But you
though.
were
That's
saying
just
that like
complying with the terms and service.
I have
That's the
like
terms and
Are
service.
you telling me that you get banned if you want to define women as having certain chromosomes? That you get banned for that?
I don't know, probably. I don't want to find
if
out.
you
I don't want
trigger
to
the right
find
part.
out. I don't want to find out. That's for sure. I'm not. I can't get away with saying certain things. I'm not Dr. Disrespect.
All right, guys, this is boring. You got honestly, I think you guys need to get a life.
Wow,
You know,
Pisco. I thought we
That's-
were having a cordial
that's the
conversation.
debate.
No, because
bro.
You want to
Oh,
get me
so cute.
banned, bro.
This
You're
is
trying to get me
super-
banned.
No, I'm not trying to get you banned. I'm trying to get you guys to be brave and say it with your chest. And if you're a little bit anti-Semitic or if you're a little bit
let me just say this right
hating
now.
of gays, that's
Let me just say
fine,
this right now. I have zero hostility towards Israeli people. I have zero hate towards them.
I said Jewish people.
Okay, well, they're Jewish, so no. The answer is no.
Well, I know, but I said Jewish is it's a broader,
Okay,
potentially broader group of people than Israelis.
I've never said anything hostile or antagonistic, and I have no feelings of hostility or antagonism towards Jewish people. No, we do not hate them. I do not spew hatred
But you
towards
do
them.
believe that they're responsible for a lot of the issues that we're facing in modern society. Fair? And
Well, I don't
especially as relates
know.
to white people?
Well, I think Kamala
Especially as
Harris.
relates to white people,
I think Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are responsible for a lot of the modern ills that we are facing today.
whether they are or not. Don't you agree that Jews are responsible for a lot of the problems that white people are facing in modern society, especially young males, white males?
No, I don't think that is accurate at all. And if it is, I wouldn't know. But no, I don't believe that's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's boring.
What? I'm just saying
guys,
I don't think it, dude. Because
guys,
you want me
get
to
a
say
life.
you want me to fall into your
I
little
want you to
trap.
be truthful. I want you to be. It's not a trap. It's me
It is a
asking you.
trap.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not
The fact
hateful,
that
and you
you're-
want
the
me
fact
to
that you're
be.
being
You
cagey
want
about
me
it,
to
if-
be.
No, I think that you are withholding, and it's kind of sinister, and it's a little bit off-putting. And I'm humoring your ignorance for a while, but after a certain point, like I need to stop. I need to be true to myself and realize and that people in my audience and be like, I know that these people are bullshitting me. I know that they're just fucking around, and I know that they're probably Nazis. And I think that is abundantly clear.
Oh, here we go, dude. Dude, hold up. I gotta respond to that, dude. I gotta respond to that, dude. Okay, so then I get to call you a communist now, and we're just name calling because we have a difference of opinion on stuff. Is that where you're really going? You're gonna bring out the ad hominems now, Pisco, because you're losing. You're just gonna bring out the ad hominems. Oh, you're not falling into my trap, so I think you're a Nazi. Yeah, it's the 100% catch-all, dude. 100% catch-all.
I do think
Spencer is like a very normie Republican conservative. Dude, I'm a registered Democrat. I used to work for Bernie Sanders.
European countries were loser countries. And
yeah, my family got out of that shit before World War II.
Pisco, bro, I thought we were having a very cordial conversation, and now you're calling us Nazis, bro. Like, come on, man.
Well, I'm just telling you. Listen, bro. I'm just telling you what I feel. I'm
okay. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. I told you. I told you literally. Spencer, shush. Spencer, please. Spencer, stop.
Marches like a duck, salutes like a duck.
I literally told you, like, I don't subscribe to racism. I don't do racist content, and I don't hate anybody. Dude, you can see my Twitter, bro. You can see my public posts on YouTube or anywhere else. Like, it's not what I do. Yet you still insist on like slandering me, defaming me.
No, I think you believe in white replacement. Fair.
Yeah, sure.
I think that you're scared about the status of white people in Western society, and you believe that there's a big potential for backlash because of it. And I think that you are genuinely pretty conspiratorial, and I think that you're very skeptical about American involvement in World War II, and you think that Germany was just doing
and
what
also
in
Ukraine and the Middle East, which is what we talked about the most.
I understand, but when we talked about the involvement in World War II, you're like, I wouldn't have gotten involved. Who cares about what's going on over there? You seem to express some solidarity with some people in foreign lands, but certainly not the people who are being killed by Hitler. You seem to question the extent to which they were being killed by Hitler and his responsibility. And again, you said that like Germany was just behaving as any country in its position similarly would do. And all of that is, I think, consistent with the inference that there's some Nazism belief here. And I think that you're hiding.
No,
saying, like,
I'm
really
grossed out.
So when you say something like, I don't really know about this history, I don't know what's going on here, I think that that's not true. And I think that that's a deliberate, intentional, malicious lie that you tell me.
The thing is, it's like, dude, there was a lot of things that went on. I think the hostility and the violence and all the yuckiness that came with both of those world conflicts, I am against all of that. Like, those are really brilliant, smart people. Some of the most brilliant people in human history resided in Europe, and many of them perished for no good reason on all sides. And
you consider Jews to be European?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I said that earlier, bro. I said that earlier, bro. I said that earlier, bro.
No. You asked me whether I would consider Jews European.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Yeah. Well, you should have asked me, and I didn't dispute what you said. I didn't dispute what you said either.
Yeah, but you would. I don't think that you would offer or proffer your actual beliefs willingly, and it's taken me a lot to, I think. So, for instance, you just said you agree with white replacement theory. That, I think, aligns with a lot of certain other beliefs. Now, it's not necessarily a Nazi belief, but I tell you, most Nazis do believe in white replacement, and it's just.
I don't know what Nazis believe, dude.
You do, dude. Who you bullshitting, bro?
Dude, I don't.
You don't know what Nazis believe. You're so bullish.
I don't follow them, bro.
I don't. And you guys are sad. It's a sad.
Dude, I don't follow that stuff, bro. Like, I don't follow that stuff. I'm not a part of any of these groups. I'm not a part of any group. I'm not a part of any group.
Borders.
You just said that you were a registered Democrat.
Okay, well, that's not like you know what I mean by like groups, bro. Come on, you're being obtuse. You're being obtuse.
That sounds importation of the third world is a common both KKK and Nazi slogan. You know that, right?
Well, no, it's not.
Yes,
no,
it is,
it's
bro.
not, dude.
You can go back and watch.
You're just inherently. I think you are just projecting. It's people like you that have an eye on race. That is your only topic. That's all you see through your lens is race. That is what I think that's all you see. I mean,
you're literally feel that white people are victims in America.
The third world can be anywhere, dude. Third world can be anywhere. Doesn't need to be white. Doesn't need to be brown. Doesn't need to be whatever. Okay. I don't care the color.
This is the last set of questions. I do have to go to bed.
Yeah, it's bailing out. Okay, cool.
Spencer, let him ask this question. Let him ask his
Yeah,
question.
I was gonna ask what his opinion on the Deadpool and Wolverine movie was.
Haven't seen it yet.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah, okay.
Ask your question, Pisco.
Yeah. Tell me about IQ. To what extent are white people genetically predisposed to have higher IQs than, say, for instance, black people? In your mind?
I'm gonna be I'm being honest with you, all right, and I'm only gonna want to say this once. I don't know anything about IQ. I never researched the topic, and regardless of whether or not certain groups have a higher IQ than another or whatever the case may be, I don't believe in mistreating people or looking down at them because of their level of intelligence. So no, I don't, and again, like I don't really care. Like for example, there's a handful of people that may exist on Twitter who may lean towards liking the spooky mustache man, and they'll bring up IQ and stuff, and again, like I'm not really impressed by that kind of rhetoric. I'm not impressed by people who have this weird pride of, you know, like their let's say their heritage, for lack of better words. It's like, well, what are you doing now?
You don't think that white people should be proud of being white?
I don't think anybody should be proud of anything. They shouldn't be. Well, no, let me just say this: you shouldn't be proud of things that you had no hand in. You know, so when someone's like, "Well, I'm proud to be white," it's like, okay, well, I guess cool. Like, on one hand, like I don't really care, but on the other hand, it's like, well, you didn't do anything. You know, like you didn't. You were just born that way.
Hey, no, listen. You guys seem like young guys. If there's ever a moment where you're doubting certain situations about where you're at, you can laugh. It's all cool. I'm being genuine now.
I'm gonna, because I think.
No.
Are you inviting me to a play date?
This is my final. What I'm going to say finally. But I do appreciate the time that you guys spent talking to me. If you ever feel that whatever you're looking at, whatever you're reading, isn't working for you, and you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. You know, I am a friendly ear, but really, if there's ever a moment of doubt or self-reflection, just let me know.
So I gotta ask the final question on that though. So self-reflection, right? You hate Nazis. So don't you think that Russia's special military operation into Ukraine was good because he killed Nazis allegedly?
I don't accept the premise that it was launched, you know, for that purpose.
But what about Azov, man? They're Nazis.
To the extent that there were Nazis in
Ukraine,
Nazis.
The NBC's reporting on it. The CNN's reporting on it, bro. BBC.
I'm not denying that there are Nazis in Ukraine. I'm not denying that. Did you hear me deny it?
So then you're a Russia supporter then?
No, I don't think that's
the logic there.
I was
that's the shit you were doing to us.
I was about to explain the reason why one can acknowledge that there are Nazis in America. You agree with that?
Sure, a very small percentage of it, but not.
I agree there, and more turning up everywhere you turn your head. But you agree there are Nazis in America, right?
That's a matter of opinion on the numbers.
That there are American Nazis, yes or no?
Yes,
dude, I agree. I'll agree.
Yeah. Okay. So there are American Nazis. If someone invaded America purportedly to eliminate Nazis that exist in America, I would have no problem supporting America given that fact pattern, and I hope that you guys would too.
I would not support another country invading us.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and I think that you would accept that there can be bad people in certain places, and nonetheless you can agree with the overall structure that is being defended, yes, by some bad people. And I'll have you know that there are Nazis in Russia as well, or at least people who are effectively Nazis, people who have like swastika tattoos, all that shit, Wagner Group, that kind of shit. But I guys, seriously, if you're ever feeling lonely or anything like that, just really, we have a nice community here that we can give you what I think to be different perspectives than what you appear to be receiving, and truly appreciate the conversation. Much love, guys.
Yeah, have a good night, Pisco. All right, well, fucking A. God damn, bro. Dude, like, you know what's so funny?
Did you know he was streaming?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I didn't know that at first.
He does that. He's a debate me, bro. He jumps on all the other streams and yeah, he does that.
Dude, you know what's so funny? Like,
I'm drunk and I'm even getting sick of his shit.
Yeah, dude. Like the funny...
he was trying to ask, hey, what do you define a man or woman as? And it's like the most broad general thing is XXXY. Oh, but here's 1 in 100,000 genetic anomaly.
Yeah,
doesn't that? It's like that is a genetic anomaly that is its own thing, right? That's its own fucking category. We specifically category people that are genetically not rights as its own fucking thing.
Yeah, he does have a weird hold on, let me address some of these comments. Thank you everybody for commenting. Let me make sure I didn't get any super chats. I don't think I see any, but fuck, you guys were going wild in there.
I was trying to.
But yeah, there was oh, thanks,
I
bro. Yeah, there was yeah, dude. He brought up like the J stuff, like when we were debating about like election related materials. I'm like, dude, why do you keep bringing this shit up? Like, I just don't like to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it.
I think he's inherently racist. He sees everything through a lens of race.
And like, dude, like this is what I was talking about when, like, I fucking hate to bring this up, but it's relevant, you guys. It's relevant. When we were doing the debate, when I was doing the debates about the moon landing, dude, the way those guys were acting, they were acting exactly the same as Pisco. Like, they're like, if you don't agree with me, like, you're the enemy. You are a bad person. You are stupid. You are inferior. You're a bug, and we should step on you. They want to step on me. Like, if those NASA fuckboys, if those science fuckboys, if they had their way, if they had like legitimate, like real fucking power, dude, they would fucking annihilate people like me. They would round us up, and they would do horrific things to us. Like, dude, the left cannot have power. And like these scientists, these pro science fuckers, like they can't have power, guys. I'm being fucking dead ass serious. Like, and it's just like, dude, like, when everyone likes to fucking act tough, like, oh, dude, if I was fucking there, I would storm the beach in Normandy, fucking dual wielding Thompson machine guns, and I would fucking, fuck all those people in the butt and, win the war, like, in 2 days. Like, no. Like, it's not my fucking fight.
I mean,
like,
I would.
Like, I'm from the fucking streets, dude. Like, I don't get involved in shit that has nothing to do with me. You know?
Like, do it. Chaz is the hero. He's got the hero arc.
Okay,
there you go. Just give me a full bottle of Everclear, bro. I'm storming the fuck out of that beach. I got, like... So fuck Saving Private Ryan. I gotta get Private Ryan fucking drunk as shit. I'm on my fucking quest, bro.
Yeah. But you just notice, and this is telltale from I think either side when the extreme on the right and the extreme on the left, and I would put Pisco in the extreme on the left category.
I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, like, again, like, I don't really get like bad vibes from him, but like, he really got, dude. When he starts losing, when these fuckers start losing arguments and shit, then they try to paint you as the science bros will paint you as a fucking Neanderthal that needs to be like caged up like an animal. Oh, and then people like Pisco, they want to paint me as something
Nazi. That just
I'm like, dude, no, like that's not what I fucking do here. That's not what I do here.
He was losing that debate topic, so what does he do? Oh, you're a Nazi, you're this, I think you're racist, da 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 da. And that's why I wanted to get him on that last point where I was like, hey, okay, so you hate Nazis, right? So you must support Russia's special military operation because
was he throwing a tantrum on his is he throwing a tantrum right now on his show? I mean, he might be.
Probably.
It wouldn't surprise. He did that last time, but I mean, again, like I don't have like he's not my enemy, but like, dude, like show a little bit of respect, bro. Like I'm not gonna come out here and call you a fucking like commie and shit. Like, I mean, you know what? Granted, I was being fucking mean to him for like a week. You know what? I was being a little mean to him for about a week. But still, like saying you're like a simp is not the same as like him calling me like a fucking like genocide denier and shit. Yeah. Like it's kind of cowardly shit.
The thing that really fucking sucks about those kind of arguments is that you have no way of disproving it. A guy calls you racist, it's like you have no fucking response to that. Do you pull up receipts of like, oh, donations you made against racism? If a guy says you're a, like Mustache Man supporter, oh, do you pull up receipts of donations you made to this organization that's against Mustache Man? It's like the second someone says that, you have no good response. If you just say, I am not that, then it's like, oh, of course he would say that to save face. It's like the second someone throws that at you, it's like where the conversation goes nowhere but downhill, right?
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Like it was going really well until he started like invoking that shit. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. And dude, the way to really diffuse that, the way to really like the great way to diffuse it's like, dude, if you're not willing to go, like why the fuck do you support this shit? Like you're just a bitch, bro. You know,
he
like
wants
whatever.
Everyone else to go fight for his
ideology. I'm not interested. Yeah, no one has to fight my fucking battles or my struggles.
No,
you know.
I'm not.
Let's see. Pixie67. You weren't mean enough to him. No, man. Like, if you really want to like get into the really want to fuck with those people, like you can't be like them. You can't turn into them, and you can't be a caricature that they imagine you to be. So they want me to act like some fucking dickless chud. And I'm not that, and I'm not gonna act like that for for his pleasure. And, you know, like he wants to get a rise out of me. You know, he thinks I'm gonna like slip up, but it's like, dude, like the things that I tell you guys, like these are my genuine beliefs. You know, like I don't really fucking hate anybody. And there is no hate on this channel. I make it a strong point that I want people to come on this show and to learn and to joke around and have fun and even to make fun of me. I don't care. I genuinely enjoy that.
I mean, that's
And
why I was jumping in,
and
man.
again, like, you know, like Pisco wants to fucking insinuate or point the finger at me and say I'm a fucking spooky mustache man enjoyer. It's like, dude, like read my YouTube comments, bro. Like I've interacted and helped people from all over the world with their streams and shit, with their broken tech. I spent hours on Discord helping people figure out how to route audio on their Yamaha MG12 XUs. And again, those aren't actions of racists. And also, like, I slept with this Blasian chick once. Like, again, not something a genuine racist would do. But Pissman, you know, when he has really shitty opinions, which he does, and he has to defend, you know, the Democratic platform, you know, he just defers to calling me a fucking Nazi and thinking like I care about like IQ and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about the IQ question. And again, even if it's true, so fucking what? Like, what are you gonna do? Draft policy and mistreat people because they're not as intelligent as like some other group? Like that's fucking evil, bro. Like I would never support that. Like
no, it's that elitist mindset. That's what it is. Like, oh, I might have a giant IQ, da 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 da. So everyone has to abide by what I say because I'm smart. And isn't he like a lawyer or something like that?
Yeah.
So he does that. He's doing. It's like going through a deposition with him.
Yeah.
And then that's the kind of thing I've gotten watching his stream from time to time, or when he's done the debate me bro with you and other people.
No, he tried that once and it didn't fucking work. And he was a lot more well behaved now. He just turned into a little jerk at the end, which is fine, you know, whatever. I get it. He was getting frustrated, he was getting flustered, and you know, he set all these little traps for me and I didn't fall for it. And again, like he has this like cartoonish version of people who like support Trump, and he thinks like we're all just fucking dumbasses who like worship at the feet of like Hortler, and that's just not true, dude.
Oh.
Like go to Trump rallies, bro. Like the nicest people, like honest to God, good people. And when I was a fucking like hardcore Democrat operative and worked for the DNC and worked for Bernie Sanders, like I had really nasty opinions about conservative America, and I've talked about that and I've been open about how stupid and ignorant that I was, and I regret that. And I'm not about to start with another group. Like I grew up from my, you know, dirtbag leftist days. Well, anyways, we need to move on with the show.
Yeah,
we got some funny shit.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
I know it's late, man. I know you're
I'm
in Texas.
I'm gonna have a fucking hangover tomorrow, bro.
Dude, drink a lot of water and drink a glass of milk.
Okay, so first of all, Gio, I've been drinking a glass of chocolate milk this whole fucking time, so I'm one step ahead of you, and water, right? So it's like boom. But in case you guys are wondering, I drink a full bottle of mead, 2 shots of whiskey, like 2 beers. So
nice.
Like I'm a little tipsy. So
Sounds like a good time.
Oh, it was a great time, bro.
Let's see. Pixie writes, I'm gonna ask him if he thinks the girls from Red Scare are Nazis. Dude, the girls from Red Scare are pretty they're pretty fucking cute. Like Dasha, super cute. It's totally my type.
But yeah,
I
gotta go to bed.
Our favorite Aussie.
You guys have a good night.
Chat.
Oh, sorry.
See Chess. Have a good night.
Yeah, peace out, Chess.
Have a great night, guys.
Say it again. The debate needed more handshakes, hugs, and open mouth kissing to be a real love fest. I don't know if I would feel comfortable kissing Pisco. He's too hairy for my taste.
Marks is up in the friendly voice chat. That's what I was saying. I don't know if he was wanting to jump in or not.
Well, I want to do the show. I don't want to talk with the more people. Friedrich Marks, can it wait? Because again, we started the show a little bit later, and I want to get through these stories really quickly. So yeah, we're done with the politics. We're fucking done with politics. No more politics. Holy shit, I'm so fucking over it. So Linkin Park original member quits live tour days after confirming comeback. So Linkin Park has been on an indefinite hiatus because the frontman Chester Bennington died. He ended his own life. And now his replacement is a brave female. And just moments after announcing their comeback tour and doing this very low energy show, the guitarist quits. The original member quits live tour days after confirming comeback. So another member of Linkin Park's founding members will not join the band on the reunion tour amid concerns surrounding new information about frontwoman Emily Armstrong. So long story short, Emily Armstrong, the new singer here, this stunning and brave gal, she has ties with Scientology, the Church of Scientology, and she also physically went to the defense of Danny Masterson, who has been convicted of grape and other serious crimes in, I believe, LA, in Hollywood. And
that's what it was.
so she kind of backpedaled on that and said like, "Oh no, it was a mistake." Yeah. Well, I'm not going to defend Danny Masterson, but many members of LawTube, went over the so-called evidence, and it was kind of flimsy. So it was really weird to see him kind of go down like that. And obviously, she believed him until she was recently confronted. So yeah, this is a total shit show, man. Before I speak, I need to get water. Spencer, you're a huge metalhead. You love music. Go ahead and tell the people what you think of this band member quitting and what that means. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, so I was telling Gio this privately. Well, not actually privately, but in Discord here. We were all kind of arguing about it. But honestly, with the new band member, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, the solo that they just released was good. They could have called it a different band. That's my 2 cents on that. I guess too, the son was saying of Chester that his dad would not want that or something like that. I was reading an article on that. So to me, it's not the same Linkin Park. When I think Linkin Park, I think Chester. At least do what Static X did and bring someone on that sounds like your lead singer. Static X, on their recent tours, they have someone that sounds like Wayne Static. So it actually sounds good. It sounds like Static X. They didn't do that with Linkin Park. It's a brand new sound. So that's where I have to say, not a fan. Now, with their new music, the new solo, I would consider that not Linkin Park. It's a different band.
All right, I'm back. Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. My sense is like, I missed all of that. I also went to the front door to get a special package for the show. Anyways, yeah, dude, the new Linkin Park fucking sucks. They shouldn't even fucking call it, they shouldn't even call it Linkin Park. 3 of the original members are not even there. And the singer sounds like, I think she's really talented. I'm not going to fucking hate her just for the sake of hating on her, but she doesn't sound like Chester. This doesn't sound like Linkin Park at all. If this band was any other band, like, nobody would give a shit. And dude, like, I saw the concert. Dude, the concert was so fucking boring, dude. I only saw like 5-10 minutes of it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. But yeah, there's a lot of drama surrounding this, dude. Yeah, so she responded to some of the criticism that I mentioned earlier. Let's just see if we can find that statement really quick. Oh, here it is. Hold on 1 second. All right, so she says, "Hi, I'm Emily." She wrote an Instagram story post. "I'm new to so many of you, and I wanted to clear the air about something that happened a while back. Several years ago, I was asked to support someone I considered a friend at a court appearance and went to one early hearing as an observer. Soon after, I realized I shouldn't have. I always try to see the good in people, and I misjudged him. I have never spoken with him since." Well, yeah, because he's in prison. Unimaginable details emerged, and he was later found guilty. Hold up. What is going on here? What did she send me?
I don't know.
I just wanted to pop in to troll Pisco. Okay, that's cool. Go ahead and troll him. Just come back when you're ready, cheese. So anyways, yeah, to unimaginable details emerge, and he was later found guilty. To say it as clear as possible, I do not condone abuse or violence against women, and I empathize with the victims of these crimes. Fucking yikes, dude. Fucking yikes.
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, like, innocent until proven guilty. That whole deal. So I can see the whole argument there. You had a friend that was accused of something, and you definitely want to give that person the benefit of the doubt until evidence proves otherwise, and then that's where you're like,
I mean, like, if
"Oh,
anything,
shit."
like, she was kind of a G. It's actually kind of endearing that, like, you're standing by your so-called friend till the bitter end, and then all of a sudden, you're a part of Linkin Park, and now all of a sudden, fuck the past, fuck your, beliefs or whatever, your core values, and you totally betray that because I guess you don't want to fuck up this new gig. Which I get, you know, you're Linkin Park now. But no, this is not real Linkin Park. Like, dude, I think one of the first concerts that I've ever been to was Linkin Park at the Thomas and Mack Center, and it was one of the loudest concerts I've ever been to, in a good way. I'm not like, oh my god, it's so loud, I'm a little bitch. Like, it was fucking loud and it was awesome, and it was just unbelievable. And that energy that I felt, like nobody at their reunion show that they did, nobody had that energy. Nobody felt that at all. They were all just standing there. It looked fucking boring. There was no mosh pits. There's no jumping up and down, dude. There was no slam dancing. There was none of that, dude. Like,
Oh,
this
and
is not Linkin Park.
the other piece of that too is they actually, apparently the way that worked to get an invite to that, it went out to their like VIP exclusive members, like all bands, you know, have that little VIP program or whatever.
Yeah.
It went out to them, and then I can't remember what happened after that, so I don't want to like misspeak on the show, but you know, I think they had it like at one of the studios over there in LA is where they filmed that, right?
How long do you think this band's gonna last? How long do you think this band's gonna last?
I mean, just because there's diehard Linkin Park fans out there that want to hear the music live, give them a couple of years.
I can see maybe a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying, it's a brand new band in my opinion. That's not Linkin Park.
Yeah, it's boring. It's worse. Dude, like, it reminded me of Tim Pool's music, dude. It's like Tim Pool tier level of garbage. Let me see. Oh, hold up. Commenter, Static X is good. Yeah, they're all right. Pixie67 says, he said Anna and Dasha are not Nazis, but they're Christian fascists. I don't even know what that means, but whatever. Yeah, Christian dude, he's so fucking stupid, bro. It's so fucking dumb.
Dude, he just likes, like I said, he just likes.
It's all buzzwords with him, bro. Like, that's
yeah,
dude.
Literally.
Like he
paints a picture.
You were 100% spot on.
Category.
100% spot on. Projection. It's like, dude, you're calling us boring. I don't know about you. Like, even like we're not streaming or whatever. Like, dude, like me, you, and like the boys, dude, we're having like good conversations all fucking night. And like, dude, Pisco's capable of doing that, but not when he's like being a little bitch and losing an argument or whatever. What album? Yeah. Aryan, Sinshu, yeah, probably one album. They'll probably survive one album. They'll probably do one tour. They'll last like a year and a half, maybe. Dude, the fact that they just lost their fucking guitarist here. I think I have. That's the next story here.
Was that the guy that was still that was doing that performance?
Yeah, he was at the performance. He was at the performance, and he fucking after that, and after all the backlash and all the memes and shit. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And he had some bullshit canned response like, yo, dude, they're amazing people, whatever. You know, whatever. Of course he had
moving on to new things type
yeah, it's like, dude, just want to take a break, you know, whatever. But yeah, so even like Chester Bennington's son disapproves of Linkin Park's new lead singer. And yeah, I don't disagree with him at all. He takes issue with the Church of Scientology, and then of course the Danny Masterson stuff. I mean, dude, you can just have balls and just say like, yeah, it just sounds like shit. Like, this band sucks. It sounds like something Tim Pool would do. Like, it sounds like Tim Pool level of music.
But you know, these musicians, a lot of them will just do that like blanket statement like that just because they don't want to lose any opportunities for future bands. You know that, because if you're that detractor, right? Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that would be fair to say that, you know, people wouldn't want you on the band. But you look at like Phil from All That Remains, that dude's like open, anti-communism, like very vocal. He's on your favorite show, Tim Pool. That look, he's like, nah. But you know, and I had a great conversation with him at the VIP event when they were in town, and I introduced myself. I'm like, oh, hello, fellow Twitter shit poster. You know, you got a kick out of that, but. There's, I guess, when you fall into that category where you're already like your music, everything like that, it's already geared one way. I think it's a little bit different, but what do you think?
I mean, yeah, you're not really supposed to talk shit about people in your industry, 100%. But even then, like, I'm not in that industry, so I'm gonna say all the shit that I want. And even now, like, I'm just like, I trash Jeremy from the Quartering, I trash Tim Pool or Dimfool. And you know, I make more fun of the right these days than the left. And you know, like, whatever, man. Like, if you're like a jackass, like, I just don't fucking care for you. If you're like a retard, like, whatever, man. There's really not much hope for you. Like, I like to talk to interesting people, and you know, Pisco for the most part, like, I thought was interesting, and he kind of is, but like I said, like he just didn't understand. Like I'm like, dude, like I just don't think you're being yourself in many of these situations, and he just doesn't get that. But I explained it to him. I just told him to him earlier. But yeah. Fuck man, do I really want to do this story? Gen Z killing the wine industry, young people reject unhealthy elitist drink. You know what? Fuck you. It's not an elitist drink. It's a very what the fuck? So Gen Z isn't drinking wine like other generations. In fact, they're barely consuming alcohol at all. Well, Chaz is the young fella. He was drinking alcohol all night. With worldwide wine consumption sunk to a 27-year low. Ugh, gotta bring those numbers up.
Dude, you're gonna be Randy from that one episode of South Park. It's a smorgasbord and it's classy. Where he has the wine, he mixes it with the shots or whatever.
Dude, what? That is fucking insane. I would never do something so stupid. Holy shit. If you want to like vomit, then yeah, it's a great idea. So, anyways, yeah, what the fuck, dude? Gen Z. Well, if Cheese was here, I'd ask him, like, dude, you think I was a snob when you were hanging out with me in Vegas and I was drinking all that fucking wine? We'll see.
You didn't even have one. You didn't even have wine when I was hanging out with you.
Oh, dude, like I was already drinking all fucking night with Dick Masterson and shit. So,
yeah.
Booze is good, no medical benefits, but drugs bad. For some reason. Dude, when did I say booze is good? Dude, like, again, dude, you sound like those science fuck boys that I was arguing with. I'm just like, yeah, marijuana is addicting. It's an addictive chemical enhancer. And they're like, well, there he goes with the chemical enhancer shit. I'm like, dude, Google how many chemicals are in THC, marijuana, weed, whatever. They have chemicals in them, and they enhance your mental faculties. They enhance your literal senses. They physically alter your being. It's a chemical enhancer. Like I'm not saying anything complex or being a fucking smarty ass. Like so when I say shit like it's addictive, like, oh, don't you smoke cigarettes? Do you drink coffee or alcohol? Blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't drink coffee, and I don't really smoke cigarettes anymore. And no, I don't really drink alcohol. I haven't had alcohol in like a week. But even then, like I'm not coping about fucking alcohol and wine and beer and shit like that. I know it's bad for you. I know it fucks you up. I know it can ruin your life. I know those things are addicting. I'm not making excuses for them. So Friedrich Marx, I see what you're trying to do. Not impressed. Not impressed. Enough. Let's see. Make a good AMSR. ASMR. I don't know how to do that.
You gotta make noise like that in the mic.
Oh, like mouth noises, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry. I'm never gonna do that again. All right. Well, we gotta move on.
You know what? That's almost as bad as drinking on camera for tips. I'm talking about our favorite content creator.
Oh yeah, my good friend Nick. Dude, he's fucked, bros. Like, okay, all right. So he brought it up. So here's the latest drama with that. All right. So Kamala did a stream, and he made some comments about some racy photos or racy content being passed around, and. Dude, Nick, Aaron Imholt might have an out on the revenge porn charges. So remember when I did the stream and I was talking about, strategy, right? Because that was my specialty, is political strategy. And Aaron needs a fucking strategist because he's fucking up big time. And I'm like, dude, this is how I would handle your situation. You need to like do X, Y, and Z. And for your defense, obviously you're gonna need to get a competent lawyer, but your defense is gonna be something something along the lines of, you had implied consent to send those photos or to share them with like a private individual like Gino Piscante, his former best friend. And by the way, it seems like that is gonna be a viable defense. Sean, potentially legal or legally potential or whatever the hell that guy's name is. Sean's gonna help him out. So yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, Nick is fucked, man. And also he went over his reply to the Frank's motion, the Frank's hearing motion or whatever, and It doesn't look good. You obviously saw it as well, and yeah. Well, anyways, back to the pop culture. Sorry, the Minecraft movie isn't meant to be for you. This is from Kotaku. You know what? I don't think it's meant to be for anybody. First off, it's got Jack Black, who sucks dick and is in that shitty or was in that shitty band Tenacious D, the Reddit rocker.
I was gonna say, speaking of dead bands,
yeah, I'm glad they're gone. I'm glad they're gone.
Like,
yeah, dude, this isn't even like this is Steve. This is like the main Minecraft character, apparently. Dude, every move, dude, this guy is like what is that called? What is it called when you're like nothing but bad luck?
unlucky. I mean,
I don't know.
what?
Like he's like a bad luck charm, I guess, or like a hex. And so whenever he's like attached to some movie project, it just inevitably sucks dick. So the Minecraft movie trailer broke yesterday afternoon. The internet was immediately abuzz with cynicism and disappointment. Yeah, I wonder why. Because you had this fat retard, farting all over the screen, and nobody wants to see that. As adults across the world simultaneously expressed one thought: who is this film even for? Yeah, that's a legitimate question when you see a movie trailer. Like, who the fuck is this for? What almost every single one of them forgot is that they're not 9 years old. Well, there are people who have children who were once children and played Minecraft, and it might be a movie that's appropriate for them. However, not after seeing this trailer. This fucking thing sucked. My son, who is a 9-year-old turning 10 next month, loves Minecraft as much as pretty much any other kid his age. He has Minecraft t-shirts, watches endless hours of other people playing Minecraft on YouTube, and is currently mostly obsessed with the so-called parkour modes when playing the game himself. He builds elaborate castles, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Let me scroll down. Continue reading. So I get it. There's a generation that feels like Minecraft belongs to them. They were in there ahead of the crowds, loving the game before it even officially launched in 2011. And certainly before it became one of the biggest franchises in the world, and Microsoft bought it for $2.5 billion. So yeah, there's a little bit of that going on here too. There are a lot of people, and again, this is my criticism for a lot of these fans of the Disney Marvel, universe or whatever. They're like, well, this is not my Minecraft. This is some goofy version of Minecraft, and it is a goofy version of Minecraft. I grant you.
Dude,
that.
I remember.
But these stories don't belong to you. They don't. Wait, Spencer. Like, these stories don't belong to you. They're, they were never yours to begin with, and I'm not even entirely sure if Minecraft has a story per se. But yeah, that's what I thought. So like, the shitty studio that is Warner Brothers, that's making this garbage, like, they're not going to be able to take away those experiences and the things that were amazing about Minecraft. Like, this is why I do the anti-consume shit. Like, we don't have to do this. We don't have to watch this. I'm not going to watch this. I'm not even going to pirate it because I just know it's going to be dog shit. What were you saying earlier? You were like speaking while I was speaking?
No, you're good. I was saying that, having played that game when it first came out, this is one of those things where the movie industry just, oh, look, a lot of people are playing this, and then they just completely ruin it. I think there's been a couple series that started off in a video game that they turned into a movie, and it was pretty good. I'm trying to think of a few right now. The Halo one was decent, although the new TV series was because they just made
the TV show was fucking garbage, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Dude. No, they did a Fall Reach thing that was decent. I'm actually staring at it right now. They had Halo Nightfall. I have a signed poster up here from Comic-Con years ago. And,
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
But that there's like those little mini series that they did, good. But then when they try to like twist it like it looks like they're doing with this Minecraft one, I don't know, man. I just can't get behind that.
No, it's certainly not. Let's see. Gio actually missed my point on the booze, but the bait still worked in a good way. I don't know what you mean by that, Friedrich Marx. At least make Steve a blockhead like the sheep. Jack is blockhead. Dude, I saw the funniest fucking video. It was like this Magic American. He's just like, no, like, he got black in his name, but he said that Steve is a N-word, and then he said he's an N-word, and it was so fucking funny. I would share it on the show, but it says the N-word, so I can't.
You don't have the pass. You can't.
No, I don't have the pass, guys. I mean, when that shit happens on the show, it's a fucking accident, and it pisses me off because I don't want to get banned. But it was a funny video. You know, it wasn't hateful or anything like that. Yeah, I can't wait to never see this film. Let's see. Trojan condoms contain toxic forever chemicals linked to cancer lawsuit. Well, there it is. I guess I'm gonna have to become an incel.
I guess dick cancer.
Dude, literally, like I might have to be involuntary celibate until I find my forever partner. I don't want to get dick cancer, bro. My dick's gonna fall off. You know what's so funny? Like when I was younger, like, dude, what do you mean? Even to this day, like, I don't have sex without a condom. Like, I'm terrified to have sex without a condom. I think I've had sex with 3, 4 different women without one in my entire life, and it's like, well, dude, like I'm really fucking playing Russian roulette with my cock there.
You take a risk, man. I mean, like, the worst, and I know friends this has happened to, where they've been in a long-term relationship and they start doing it without, come to find out that the chick had something that she didn't tell them about.
Whoa, like she cheating? Like cheating allegations and shit?
I don't know about cheating, but had an STI. And never told about the other guy about it, and then he caught the STI.
That sucks. By the way, I love going the BIPOC versus piss man. What do you mean, Friedrich Barnes? What do you think was so funny about that? Gio is an incel because he's BIPOC. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Fuck you, Friedrich Barnes, you bastard. Yeah. So, this is a problem. So, yeah, make America healthy again. More appropriate now than ever before. Dude, it's like even the things meant to protect us are fucking killing us and getting us sick.
Well, okay. So I know you said we're done with politics, man, but RFK.
All right.
Screwing on the FDA. I would
let's
love
see.
that.
Yeah. Zombie bomb. Condoms are disgusting. Find someone you don't need a condom for. No thanks. Think of all the rubber trees that lost their lives for these Trojans. I know. There's a lot of trees that did. A new lawsuit on Monday claims that Trojan condoms are not safe because they contain toxic forever chemicals, which have been linked to cancer. In a proposed class action filed in Manhattan federal court, the plaintiff, Matthew Goodman, said Church and Dwight's products advertised as America's #1 condom are unfit for their intended purpose because they contain I don't even know how to pronounce this substance, or PFAS. Goodman said independent lab testing of the Trojan ultra thin condoms that he bought at a Manhattan pharmacy found a presence of organic fluorine, which is practically non-existent outside its use in man-made PFAS chemicals.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Gonna have to throw those away now.
Yep. Based on the label, he said reasonably believed the product was safe for use on his genitalia, the complaint said, referring to Goodman. Had defendant disclosed on the label, the complaint said, referring to Goodman. Had defendant disclosed on the label that the products contain PFAS chemicals and the harms that can result from contact with PFAS chemicals, he would not have purchased the products, or at the very least, would have only been willing to pay significantly less, it added. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to defer to like Little Warrior condoms or something. Yeah, because these Trojans are gonna fucking kill me. Dick's gonna fall off. All right, let me read some of these comments. There's a mutiny in the chat, it seems. Peas in your pee. I agree. Mediterraneans are not white. This is why I loved it. Broke his brain when you said you're not white. And your buddies pounced right on the cis white male jokes like champs. Yeah. I don't know what to dude. Like, I remember.
You're welcome.
Like when I was in 2016, when I was like, Trump wasn't even elected yet. And I was all like, rah, Trump, it's going to be hilarious. Or not even just that, but like even after the fact, I was just like, guys, like relax. Like it's not a big deal. Like the world's not going to fucking end. Like you guys are all being stupid. Somebody was calling me a fucking racist and shit. I'm like, dude, like I'm not talking about race. Like I'm not talking about any of that shit. Like, and Trump is not a fucking racist either. And I'm just like, dude, like I'm not even fucking white. Like look at me. And they're just like, in this girl that I went to high school with, I think she was like 1.5 years or 2 years older than me. She's like, Giovanni, I remember you. You were pretty white to me. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, dude, you can't win with these people, bro. Like, you can't win with them. Dude, like, Pisco Liddy, like, I've dealt with people like that in real life. Like, it's crazy. Trojan is doing what its name said. Ever heard of the Trojan horse? You know what, Friedrich Marx? You should be a part of the defense in that case. All right, well, we got to move on. So yeah, now we gotta find new condoms to wear. But dude, the funny thing is, this is my brand. Like, this is literally what I primarily purchase.
Sorry to hear about yours and mine dick cancer.
Yeah, well, we're fucked. Let's see.
I guess I buy Trojans too, so oops.
So we have the only other human interest story. Parents are passing out playdate business cards so their children can make friends. It is so much easier. I don't know how I feel about this. God damn it. I mean, it's kind of like adorable, but I mean, dude, like, people are just weird, right? Like, not in like a hostile way, but trying to make friends in the modern age is difficult. Trying to connect with like-minded people is really difficult, especially with like the forced diversification of society. Like, that just doesn't work. And I wish I could speak with somebody who's a little bit more honest, but like generally speaking, like, it really shouldn't be an issue, and in some cases it isn't, but like now, like, when everything is hyper politicized, everyone's got a fucking opinion about something and everything sucks. Like, you can't just like be friends with somebody, I think. You know, you have to walk on eggshells and you got to really feel them out, because most people don't like conflict, like verbal conflict, like any kind of conflict, right? Any drama. Like if I was talking with somebody and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a huge mask wearer, and I got my Fauci ouchie," I'm like, "Okay, I got to stay away from this person. They're a freak." But I think that's also translating to like the play date culture and just like children and their parents. And dude, like, it's sad that we're at this point. So playdates are a serious business now that children are passing out formal business cards to lock in their future hangouts with new pals. That's what mom influencer Vanity Rodriguez found out after her child came home from school with a playdate business card. Hopefully we find out where she's from, because that's unusual. I've never heard of this before. If you're an extroverted parent with an extroverted child, I think this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It is kind of adorable. In her now viral clip, she said that her son received a snazzy cardstock when included the classmate's name, photo, Roblox username, and the parents' contact information, inviting him to hang out after school. Okay, so that's kind of funny. The Roblox thing is pretty funny. Like their Steam information or whatever, their Discord, that is kind of funny.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Kids, wait. So did they? I don't know. I accidentally spaced on part of that. So did they? They said the kids met at school and then they had the card. Or
yeah,
they
yeah.
met
So
online?
no,
I was gonna say.
Yeah. No, the
when
kids
you say
are hanging
Roblox,
out.
I was like, alarm, alarm, alarm. There's some weirdos on that.
Hold on. Let me read some of these comments here. Gio was so proud of being identified as Y by someone else. Omega Tony is God. No, that actually hurt, because now I'm gonna be called a fucking Nazi, white supremacist, KKK member forever.
Yep.
So no, I can't have that. Let's see. Your name is Giovanni.
Oh yeah, and FYI, I'm not joining his chat because they're just all the people in his chat are just gonna gaslight me. So
dude, I'm not interested in a fucking struggle session, dude. I'm not interested in another struggle session. I don't want to waste time on the phone for 3 days, just being endlessly bombarded by fucking NASA bros or fucking commie bros or whatever. Pokemon Playdate, yeah, that'd be kind of funny. Giovanni Ashenhurst, shut the fuck up. God damn it, you guys. So what's the question Gio needs answered? I don't need to answer anything. American Psycho Playdate. You guys have been so fucking inappropriate all night. You guys have been out of control all night. I don't know what to say. Dude, this is probably like one of the most the edgiest show that I've done. God help anybody who reads the chat, which I totally disavow. All right, so yeah, dude, we gotta get into the relationship shit. And yeah, so here let's
go ahead and start. I gotta run to the restroom.
Go for it.
I'll be right back.
The fuck? Refresh.
My fiancée saying that I am not exciting like her exes, so I am giving her a thrilling announcement of calling off our engagement. I've been engaged to my fiancée, 28F, for a few months now. We had dated for just shy of 2 years prior to that. It would be cliché to say everything was going great, but for the most part it was good. My family really took a liking to her, which was also really great. Now I've never been the one to think too much about how I'm viewed as a partner, but all of that changed recently. I basically overheard her on the phone, telling her friend that if she wants to find the one, excitement isn't important. She basically said Robert isn't exciting, but he makes me feel safe, and that's when I realized I wanted to settle down with him. This hit me kinda hard. You know, the whole she goes for bad boys then settles with a safe schmuck type of thing. But I don't think that's what she meant. So the day after, I just straight up told her that I overheard her talking about me and that I don't understand what she meant by not finding my exciting. She then told me that it's true that she doesn't find me exciting, but that doesn't matter. I honestly felt very hurt. Maybe my ego is fragile? I don't know, but it was a surprise to me because I felt like the way I see myself in my head was colliding with how she sees me, and it made me feel spaced out. I asked her what she means by not finding my exciting, and she didn't seem to know how to even answer. She could see I was upset, and as pathetic as this sounds, I made an excuse to leave and said we'll talk about it later. Ever since then, my head has been spinning. I ride motorcycles. I have tattoos. I go to the gym. I do MMA as a hobby. So how is it that I'm not the exciting guy?
Yeah, when you ask a woman a question, and it's like a really obvious one, and she says, well, I don't know how to answer that, that means she doesn't want to answer it.
I've always seen myself as being that exciting guy. My ex was basically obsessed with me and constantly made it clear she found me exciting. But my now fiancé doesn't see me as exciting for whatever reason. I was honestly shocked because I felt my sense of self kinda crumble. And what made it worse is I'm excited by her. When I see her, I want to rip her.
You said at the start of the play date you had a question you wanted to ask people but never explained the question you fuck, I probably got distracted by or interrupted by Spencer, so I don't remember what that was. I'm sorry, Friedrich Marx. I can't recall. Now I'm ashamed. Fuck it, Spencer. Alright, anyways, let's continue.
Close off. I want to do things. I think about her, but she seemingly doesn't see me the same way at all. As crazy as this sounds, I have considered calling off the engagement entirely. Am I being crazy here?
No, it's exactly what you should do. It's exactly what you should do.
Date 1. I ended up talking to my fiancée about what she meant. She seemed really nervous and knew that she had upset me. I have to admit, I was quite nervous too. It's not easy when your sense of self has crumbled. Learning that you aren't seen in the way you think you are is a very tough feeling. I can't describe it, but it made me really feel fragile. In the truest sense of the word, I started by telling her that I was really upset about her comment because frankly, I'd always thought I was that exciting guy to her. I told her that in my mind, I was the guy who makes her heart skip a beat. So I had to brace myself and ask again what she meant when she said I wasn't exciting. She looked like she wanted to cry because I guess she could sense I was also upset. She said that she didn't want to hurt my feelings but that I make her feel very safe and secure, and that with me, I'm not exciting in the sense that I don't give her thrills like her exes used to. Man, that hurt, but I was still confused. She was being really vague and not really clear in what she meant. I had to ask again what she meant by thrills and she just began crying and apologizing. She tried to hug me but I again walked out. So I spent the day outside at a nearby lake. This helped me clear my mind and come to some devastating realizations about myself. I think what I realized was that I was lying to myself. I'm more into her than she is into me. I didn't disclose this on my first thread, but she never initiates intimacy. I don't think she's done that once. With my exes, they always initiated with me. You see, my fiancée is beautiful, to the point where I wonder how I landed her. But you see, that was the issue. Because I was so attracted to her, I wanted her approval. I know that sounds pathetic, but I was able to overlook red flags such as her lack of initiating intimacy. I thought if I stayed with her, she'd like me the way I like her. Now here's the kicker. I thought that, if I proposed to her, then over time I could win her over. I've been with women who were madly into me, and my fiancé just didn't behave like them at all. In addition to never initiating, she never complimented me much. It was always one-sided. A lot of this begs to question, why would she even be with me? I think that, she saw me as someone who could provide stability. And I guess, maybe she thought my exterior, tattoos, motorcycles, MMA, craft beer, was a facade. I mean, maybe she was kinda right. Not that I don't enjoy those things, I do, but I am able to have that lifestyle because my parents are wealthy doctors. Maybe she thought I was cosplaying as a—
Alright, well, we get the point. Yeah, dude, she's just not that into you. You are most certainly the safe option, and if you've been into many relationships or you've had many encounters with women, like, you know what it looks like when a fucking chick digs you. And when they don't, and you're in a relationship, like, dude, eventually you're gonna hear the truth. And it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be flattering. It's gonna be a massive blow to your ego, and it always sucks. But the best thing you can do is sever and move on and find somebody who you are crazy for and somebody who shares those exact same feelings. Being in a relationship is about, embracing romance, embracing each other, being totally open and vulnerable with them in ways that you wouldn't be with anybody else. Which is why it's always important to impress upon somebody, not to, like the fellas, right? When they're going out there into the world, they're dating and shit. When I mean like be vulnerable, it's like you don't want to tell somebody, how you really feel about things. You don't want to tell certain people that may not care about you, like your political opinions or the personal going ons in your life. And it always sucks when like you're more stoked about somebody than they are to you. And it's not fair. And a lot of people delude themselves into this like false sense of security They delude themselves as to like who loves each other more and shit, and it only gets worse as time goes on. Bored women want criminal dick. I mean, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, he seems cool. It's like, yeah, I ride motorcycles and got tattoos and shit. Like, yeah, but like deep down, like you're not any of those things. You know, you're not like a real bad boy though. You're a poser. You're wearing the uniform of a bad boy. You know, like you've never done jail time. You're not from the streets. You know, like you don't know what's up. There's a lot of like people can just sense that shit a mile away. I mean, there's a lot of people who like compensate, try to compensate for a lack of personality, lack of bravery, and they'll deck themselves out in tattoos. But then you talk to them and they're total bitches. And you know, it's like whatever, man. From the streets, she shall come no more then, and you return her back to where she came. Current year proverb 3:16. I would think current year proverb 4:20. Seven not it and seven not and well, whatever, man. I know what you mean. All right, well we got some more posts that I'm gonna have to read. Shit, I'm gonna speed this one up.
Is the audio not coming through on the mainstream?
Oh, dude, it doesn't, bro. I gotta fuck with it and try to fix it. I gotta figure it out some other time. I mean, most of this stuff is gonna have to be read, I think. So, let me see my playback button. Here it is.
One up for the roadcaster.
Oh, the man in this video is a TikTok comedian. Oh, never mind. This is fake. Moving on. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that 1 point for that. Dude, I just don't know what the settings are. I don't know how to like really configure it. You know what? At the end of the show, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try it out, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, oh well. I'll go back to the drawing board. Let's see. I cry after I ejaculate. Need help. From our cuckold philosophy or cuckold psychology. Still new to the cuckold lifestyle. When my wife's bull comes over, I usually go to the basement.
What?
I'm not ready to view it for myself while it is happening. I'm still able to hear the screams and moans, and it turns me on. I masturbate listening to all the action, but after I ejaculate, a wave of depression flows over me. Everything starts to sink in. I need help getting over this part. Dude, you need fucking Jesus, bro. Like, you need Jesus. Only the Lord can save you.
He needs to dump. Well, he's probably not in no position to dump her. She's already.
No, he absolutely is. Like, if he was inclined to listen, if he was willing to listen, I'd just be like, look, dude, you have to leave this relationship.
What I'm saying is he's a beta, so he won't.
Oh, well, dude, actually, it's his wife. It's not a girlfriend, so it's not as simple. Oh, yeah, he's fucked. This idiot has been groomed to believe this lifestyle is normal. It's not. He's clearly deeply depressed and living in denial. Yeah, your body is saying one thing, but your mind is saying another. Like, you know this is wrong, which is why you cry. This is one fetish that I can't wrap my head around. I feel sorry for this guy. I don't. He chose this life. He's probably, you know, like a fucking ally. He's probably like a proud, like he's one of the white guys for Kamala. Jesus cannot save this man. You don't think so? Maybe you're right. Yeah, dude. Enjoy hell. You'll be going there twice. You're there now, and then once when you pass. I almost hit a Kia. Is that criminal enough to make pussy wet? Maybe. All right, well, we got more. Wife gets upset that none of my partners feel the same way about me as I do them. So what am I? A consolation prize? Oof. This one's gonna be fucking rough. My wife and I have had an open relationship from the beginning. I don't really participate. I just don't care that much about sleeping with other people and can't be bothered with the dating scene. But I've never begrudged her for fun, as long as at the end of the day, I feel like I'm enough for her. And these other dudes are icing on the cake. But it doesn't feel that way anymore. See, there's been this recurring thing where she starts seeing someone new, catches feelings for them, and then gets really depressed because they're not as into her as she is into them. She gets heartbroken. She cries and she says something that's really starting to hurt. Nobody cares about me the way I care about them. Oh man. Spencer, do you know why this is so hurtful? Do you know why this man is crying out in pain?
Yeah. So, I have a friend that was in a triangle type situation like this.
Yeah.
The other two are no longer around, and my friend is doing a lot better. He has grown as a human being, but yeah, that's a bad situation.
Yeah, dude, the reason why this is so hurtful, like the woman obviously doesn't really well, she probably does care about him, but she's not in love with him because he's a weak, pathetic, frail cuck. And you know, she's loosey goosey and she's willing to experiment and get wild in the bedroom with just about any man that she wants. If she's even like halfway attractive, like she can probably get, you know, whatever guy she wants. But they know what this is. This is a one-time thing. And she's catching feelings for all these dudes. And the affirmation from these men is very paramount for her ego. And she's not getting it. She's not getting it at all. And, you know, like the dude, the cuck in this story is like, what about my love for her? What about all the affirmation that comes from me? It doesn't matter what you give this woman. It doesn't matter how much you love this woman. She will never see you the way that she sees them because you're weak and you're pathetic. You're just a stool to be stepped on. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Sad day for you. I wonder what the comments are saying. When they start throwing around the term partner, you know it's going to involve some disgusting bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I'm convinced women sometimes use that word because they think they're supposed to. I feel like I'm enough for her. Dude? No, you're right.
No.
This is terrible. Imagine lying in bed next to your wife and she's sobbing all night long because some other dude she's banging doesn't care about her.
I mean, that just means he's probably terrible in the sack too, so that's part of his problem.
Yeah. I mean, again, like, just I like things simple. One of the worst things you can do is bore a woman. If you're at a point where they're this couple is so unbelievably bored, she's like, hey, you know, why don't we try fucking other people? You know, like, and maybe you can watch. You know, because they're just so bored. Rip. Let's see. Yeah, the icing, that cake, all right. Oh, once a cuck, always a cuck. Some sins even Jesus cannot wipe. Current year, Proverb 5:37. Thank you for your marks. Amen. Marry a woman with open legs. Your marriage is open. Her feelings are open to all but you. Current year, Proverbs 6:12. Very true. Amen. All right, we got more though. Shit. What is this? Be me, straight man. Have a sister. She gets engaged to this guy. He drops by my place randomly with some beer to get to know me better. And I agree since he is marrying my sister. Everything is normal until I black out. I wake up the next day. My butt is in agony. I call the police, go to the hospital, and get a rape kit done. Police arrest my sister's fiance. Grape kit confirms he did grape me with DNA. He smears me in trial, but the jury finds him guilty from all the evidence that he did it. He is sentenced to 4 years. This was almost 2 years ago. Sister no longer talks to me. Whole family thinks I'm a rainbow boy now. The general belief in my family is that I'm a closeted rainbow man that got her fiance drunk and had sex with him and regretted it the next morning, despite me testing positive for roofies and other signs of grape. Fuck, dude. Because that was his defense in trial. Dude, this is literally every man's worst nightmare. Well, we're almost done here. No one believes my story in my family. They all believe him. He is up for parole soon. My mother asked me not to challenge the parole because my sister still wants to marry him, and I did enough to him.
Yeah, that dude can rot.
I'm going to challenge that parole. Fuck my dude. I wish I could get a hold of this person. Like, bro, me and the goons, We're gonna show up and we're gonna go to court with you. We're gonna help you out. We're gonna get some like advocates and shit, and make sure this guy serves his full sentence because this is fucking horrific, man.
I'm gonna preface this by saying I do not condone any activity.
Careful.
That might have happened, but there is a famous case out there where a father having similar rape incident happened to their child did, let's just say, I'm having to phrase this very, very carefully. They took care of the problem.
Yes. Well, I cannot endorse any of that. All I can say is that like, dude, they're like a less extreme version of this. Like I've seen situations, and I've known people in my life, not like in my family or anything, that have done horrific things, that have done horrible things, and I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because everybody around them forgives them. And I'm just like, dude, there's like victims, there's damages, and no one seems to give a fuck. So like, I have nothing but empathy for this dude. Like he literally lived out every man's worst fucking nightmare. It's like dude, every man's like most like, I don't want to say irrational fear, but like every man's fear is getting fucking graped in the bum. Like the worst thing. Like that's like nobody wants to go to jail and do illegal shit because you're gonna get fucking raped, and nobody wants that shit. Like it's fucking awful. Yeah. Again, I wish I knew who this person was. I'd be more than happy to stand by his side and fight for justice. Let's read some of the comments here. What a terrible day to have eyes. Why bother going to the police? Handle that shit yourself, dude. He was fucking drugged, bro. It's not like he like got the shit beat out of him and he got pinned down like that scene in Deliverance or whatever. He got fucking drugged. Like dude, roofies are fucking ruthless.
Look at the guy's picture though. Look at the guy's picture. He I don't know. No. Go down the Rizzo guy that was commenting. Up. You missed it, but it was up. The guy, I don't know. The guy looks a little weird. Rizzo, go up. Right there.
Yeah. Why bother? That looks like
no. That guy. Look at just look at the face. If that's his actual face, I don't know.
I have no idea, bro. He looks like a criminal to me. Man, even Minecraft is getting censored now. How is it getting censored? It wouldn't surprise me. Start bringing up Grape, and he turns around to check what position he left the puppet in. Oh, I know. Oh no, Nate, what are you doing? But yeah. Let's go on. Oh fuck. God damn it, dude. God damn it. Whatever. We'll fix the audio shit later.
More houses than single men.
Yeah.
Let me refresh this.
I didn't date you for your money. I fell in love with your heart.
Well, then just sign the prenup and let this love story begin.
Love stories don't begin with prenups.
This one does.
Women don't need men for money.
Oh.
Statistics show single women own more houses than single men.
Yeah, from divorce.
Base. Yeah, dude. The year is 2024, the year of our Lord. And yeah, if you're not getting a prenup, you're fucking crazy. Every dude in the club since I've been able to go, since I had a fake ID, was screaming, "We want prenups." So we want prenups. Again, love don't cost a thing. Jennifer Lopez. All you need is love, not a fucking house and shares of my stock or my pension. All you need is love. Sign the fucking prenup, bitch. Oh no, Nate, you're stuck in the dryer again.
I found actually one of my good friends got a prenup.
How did that go? How did that go for him?
Pretty
was
well,
there anger?
Actually.
Was there anger and hatred?
No, I mean they both come from backgrounds of both families have a decent amount of money. One a little bit more than the other, but that wasn't. I mean, the point was just for separation of assets. They didn't want that whole thing to be like based on money, and the two love each other, so it wasn't an issue of either of them saying, yeah, I love you guys, or I love you, just here's the paperwork, sign it, we're good, so
I feel like the majority of those conversations go that way, but like I remember when I was when I was in a long-term. Oh fuck! I think we don't have to watch this again. Oh, another prenup one. Oh yeah, like I was dating this girl. It was one of my long-term girlfriends, one of the few that I had. And she fucking like, dude, like while we were dating, it was like 2.5, 3 years into our relationship, and like I brought it up. I'm like, dude, I want a prenup. Like I think that's a great idea. And she's like, oh no, we're not doing that. Why would you say that? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, shut up, bitch. Fuck up.
Well, that's when you know a girl is looking at it from a money perspective. Also, not just hey, they might really dig you, but they're also thinking about it like that. Like, ooh, if something goes wrong, I get his money. You know, maybe that's a subconscious thing built in. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but just I've noticed some interesting traits.
Oh yeah.
Just
well, let's go ahead and play the next video. The fuck? Dude, Space Desk is chimping out on me.
The boyfriend asked me to sign a prenup before we get married, which makes me feel like he thinks I'm using him for his money. I'm planning to break up with him because it feels like he doesn't trust me, but I'm not sure if that's the best decision. When you think you've found the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, the future feels bright and full of possibilities. But what happens when the person you love insists on building a life that doesn't include you, at least not in the way you envisioned? I'm 34 Fahrenheit's breaking up with my boyfriend 34 minutes because of a prenup. I've been with my boyfriend for about 2 years. Everything is going well and we love each other. We've been discussing marriage, and he mentioned he would not marry me without a prenup. We talked about this in detail, and I wasn't happy with what he proposed. His family owns a lot of property, land, and has significant savings. After we get married, he wants us to move into one of his parents' houses. I told him I'm uncomfortable building a life and starting a family in a house I don't have any ownership in, but he didn't understand. I suggested that we rent a place together, or temporarily stay in one of his parents' houses while we look for a property together, but he refused. He said he likes the houses that he and his parents already own.
All right. Well, can you guys hear me? God damn it.
I can hear you.
Well, I don't really know what to do here with the situation. Cause
your Discord stream is frozen, but I can still see it on the main one.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Like, so Discord, it says stream paused for whatever reason, and it's doing the spinning wheel of death. But on your actual stream, you're actually still streaming.
Well, it's frozen on fucking OBS. How do I refresh OBS? So am I physically moving on the screen? Like,
yeah, you are now on the, like, I'm looking at your actual like YouTube feed, and you are moving around there. It was just Discord chimped out for a moment.
Oh, dude, how am I fixing this? God damn it.
You're good.
All right, well, dude, fuck it. The show must go on, I guess. This is very unusual. Whatever.
Yeah, it always happens when new tech.
Dude, like my OBS display is like totally fucking. You hear, we hear you. God damn it! Shut up, guys. No more raises. Talk in the chat, please. Oh no, Nate, you're stuck behind the dryer. Prenups are easily contested. If you want to marry at all, you are the issue. They're not easily contested. They can be contested, but they're not easily contested. They're actually pretty. They're pretty well enforceable. Yeah, we see you. Why don't they buy a rental house when married, which she would have ownership in? Women just want to rob you in your father's work. Not all of them do, but some do. And I think it's really important for both people to protect their family's assets.
Yep.
All right, so I guess here on the screen, I guess you guys can see it. I can't. But I'm gonna do my best to read it. My husband is making us fly home from our honeymoon after 1 day because he found out I sent my ex a simple goodbye text on the morning of our wedding. It was a goodbye text, for goodness sake, not a "I will always love you" text, not a "drop everything and meet me at the altar" text. I need to say goodbye to have closure on the unmarried part of my life. Please tell me my sensitive, nostalgic girlies understand. First off, fuck your girlies. They're not in your relationship. It's yours and your husband's relationship, and you've exhibited very poor judgment and behavior. And because this happened so quickly, hopefully he can have the wedding annulled and he can move on. The husband, this is a massive W for the husband. So, yeah,
you shouldn't be messaging your ex like that, especially if you're in a long-term relationship.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Again, guys, one of the most important things I impress upon these young fellas out here. It's like, dude, there's no reason to talk to your fucking ex, man. There's zero fucking reason to talk to your ex. Move the fuck on. Do not talk to the ex. Yeah, they're an ex for a reason. Leave them in the past where they belong, and look forward. You know, especially if you want to get married and have kids and have a happy life and all that shit.
And I will say it is tough having personally
Dude, look at these eyes. Look at her beady little eyes, bro. I wouldn't trust this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, having personally experienced this though, this is a couple of years ago. This girl I was dating, you say the word to her, she doesn't say it back, and then
oh
the
yeah,
relationship breaks off shortly afterwards. But then she comes crawling back to you, trying to rekindle things, and then this is a while ago when this happened, but in any case, it didn't work out. I wonder why, because the other person is broken and you can't fix that level of broken. So, yeah. I see where I've seen this happen before, man.
It's pretty bad. Here, I'm gonna really quick. OBS preview completely freezes. However, stream. I have similar issues that drive me crazy. Screen flickers for 1 second, even when playing silly games like Dave the Daver, blah blah blah. Hopefully someone blah blah blah. Hello to NVIDIA control panel 3D settings, mastery feature, power management mode, adaptive. I'd like to offer the solution as I have been struggling for months. Hey, so it just broke again.
You've been having bad luck with tech recently, I'm telling you, man.
Enable game mode in Windows. I have done a few streams now with a variety of games and no preview freezing. Yeah, I'm seeing how to fucking fix this shit. Freeze preview OBS forums. Game capture preview freezes are OBS. It's because the game will cap the FPS to save resources when you're not on the game. Fuck. I've never had this problem before. How to fix OBS freezing and lagging? I'm gonna run a fucking thing when we're done with the show because we're almost done. All right, so
I gotta get to bed here pretty soon. Myself,
yeah,
because I got early morning.
Let me read some of these comments really quick. Let's say it's almost like she had a shit ton of days to say goodbye. Yeah, dude, she did. James and the giant peach eyes because ex-sex worker 35 feeling like the internet has lied to me about my dating prospects. Need a dose of truth. Yeah, so putting it all out there. I used to be an escort in my 20s and a tiny bit into my early 30s. I still cam a little on the side, but I'm essentially financially independent. I own my own home and I'm starting a small online business, non-sex related. I never took dating seriously and never looked for real relationships until I turned 30. After which I had a sudden desperate urge to settle down. Ah, yes, a tale as old as time. I've been dating for more than 4 years now, and I'm feeling beyond dejected. I truly believe no man will ever be able to accept my past and see me for who I am, and I'm worried I can't do anything about it. But the annoying thing is, I can't help but feel really misled by the internet. I feel like every time I posted a question about sex work and dating online, at least 80% of replies are from men. And they're like, I don't care what your past is like. Being a sex worker is not a deal breaker to me. Yeah, because you got like pathetic Jeremy from the Quartering looking motherfuckers saying that what you're doing is cool when it's not. It's embarrassing, really. Yeah, because no dude wants to be seen with somebody like you in public. It's embarrassing. This has not been true for me in real life. I've been on countless dates, and the ones that have gone relatively well all abruptly ended the moment I told them about my sex work in the past. I haven't met a single normalish guy who's been okay with my past. So yeah, all the normal guys are like, ew, no, not interested. And all the fucking like cucks and simps are just like, she's like, no, they're not normal and they're totally fine with it. And I don't really I don't take them seriously. It's basically what she's saying here. I haven't met a single Norwich guy who's been okay with my past. There have been tons that just wanted to hook up, but that's not what I'm looking for either. Yeah, dude, that's all you are to people. That's all. That's the only way they'll ever see you. There's no way around it. So we're all the internet men in real life. Are people just flat out lying online about this sort of stuff? Yes, they are. Or am I just going after the wrong type of men? No, you're going after what you like. And what you like is not for you. You're only good for one thing. I'm mostly attracted to professional, clean-cut men around my own age. Told you. But no one thus far has shown even the tiniest bit of interest in looking past my history. Am I just lost?
Why should they?
Yeah, what would it look past your history? I mean, like, what if I was like an ex-con or something and I get judged for my past? Like, yeah, you shouldn't date a criminal like me. That doesn't make any sense at all. Dude, I'm not gonna watch any of these videos. Fuck, man. It just sucks to do this because like I don't have my fucking preview is fucked, man. Dude, I don't even. Oh, I dropped frames. 227 of them. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm gonna see what happened in a minute. We're gonna skip this. These videos. Oh well. 3 common sex moves that ruin relationships according to experts. I wanted to make fun of this shit, but I'm so pissed that this fucking shit failed. Well, this is after almost 4 hours. We're at 3 hours and 40 minutes, and I basically dropped only 227 frames. So whatever, kudos to me, I guess. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and leave it there. We had a full show. It would have been like an hour less had Pisco Liddy not come in here to falsely accuse me of shit. So yeah, let me read some of the comments before I clear out of here, and then I continue on with my next project, which is right here in front of me. Let's see. It's almost like she had a shit ton of days to say goodbye. Yep, Jane, blah blah blah. 30 is the age where birth vessels get baby rabies. Yeah, probably. The guys that practice discipline should be with the why they shouldn't. Make a preview in the window mode. The pop out. Oh wait a minute. Oh, that might be a good idea. Hold up. Oh, what the fuck? Dude, that works. Dude, that's a, you know what? Dude, that works. That fixed it. I mean, I can do this. I have this to go by. So I can see myself here. It just sucks. Goon album. Do you guys want to hear the rest of that song? Let me see. I'm just gonna pop up the dude, I'm gonna drop a song about the moon landing. Soon.
No. You're gonna trigger Pisco. He's gonna come back.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna be like, dude, tell me about this moon landing. Is that some kind of fascist? Dude, he called Nate the Puppet a fascist. God damn. All right. Dude, well, here's this song is this song is called "Innocent and Framed," and it's like a part of the hate crime docu-series. So,
but apparently to Pisco, far away is not a measurement. So he gets triggered easily.
Yeah, fuck him. All right, well, we're playing this song. All right, well, that's enough of that. Yeah, so I can't wait to share the rest of these songs. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna upload that relatively soon. Dude, I don't know what's going on. My stuff is just freaking the fuck out. Like my mini display is freaking out, but whatever. Oh man. Well, thank you so much, Friedrich Marx. Doing the preview and the window thing definitely helped, but I gotta see what's going on with this shit. We're just gonna go ahead and stop the show there. So everybody who joined tonight and had infinite patience, thank you so much. But what I was holding up earlier, this block here, this is a media player. It accepts DVDs and it accepts multimedia, like a flash drive. And I'm going to run this through a VCR. And I'm going to get legitimate scan lines, like a legitimate like VCR filter type thing. And because I want the fake crimes docuseries to have that like old vintage feel of like true crime shows from the 90s and the late 80s. So I wanted to look like that. And behind me, I have cameras that were literally built before I was born, and I'm able to connect them to my computer. I can even use them as webcams. I've showed them to my buddy here once, but I have another one. I have a new one from RCA. One's a Panasonic, and the other one's an RCA, and it's gonna be really fucking cool. It's gonna look really, really cool. So,
what connector did they use for that? I'm trying to remember. Isn't it that old
RCA?
like SB?
They use RCA cables.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So this right here, what settings are your sources? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? What settings are my sources? Dude, it's not like my mini display is fucked, bro. Like it. I think I know what's happening, but I need to run the OBS. I need to analyze some stuff. Dorkbox consume. Shut the fuck up, bitch. But have you taken pics of railroad tracks with them? No, not yet. Maybe I should. They're not cameras. They're camcorders. So they're that's not the same thing.
I think he was calling you out on your consume sins there.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, dude, it's for the show. But yeah. So it's gonna look really, really cool. And I have like all this music for the fucking show. And each episode is gonna be like it's gonna be less than an hour long. It's gonna be narrative driven, and all the music in it is gonna be original. It's gonna feature Nate the Puppet. It's gonna feature the NPC bot. I'm going to be making an appearance on the show, on the fake crime show, as a puppet doing some narrating and whatnot. And I'm also going to be playing a character as like this smug liberal professor with a PhD in psychology that explains the psychology of the perpetrators of these fake crimes that they're committing, like, you know, the Jesse Smollett stuff, or the first episode is like the Gibson Bakery, you know, shenanigans, and it's supposed to be really funny. And yeah, record the trains, Geo, learn the schedules. No, thank you. I'm not looking to. The batteries on those things don't work. They have to be hardwired. So I don't know how I would manage that. So yeah, Spencer is tired. He needs to go to bed, and I need to set this up. And I also want to figure out what's going on with OBS. So everybody who joined me tonight, thank you. God bless. And I will see you next Tuesday. Let me go ahead and close out this thing. And yeah.